Good morning, everybody in Macon, Georgia, and around the world. This is through the World Wide Web. This is the Morning Roast with yours truly, Irving Martinez, and Ed Einbinder, and Derek, the Invisible Man. Actually, he had to jump out of here last second to go pick up his plug. We're just slow around here. That's just what happens.
That's Georgia.
Seems like it happens all the time, right, Ed?
That's Georgia.
That's Georgia, baby. But welcome, and you'll have to put up with my shit by myself for a while. And we've got a lot of breaking news and exciting news, important news, and whatever kind of news. We got it all, and we hope to give it to you all. How's that? Is that a rhyme? Well, good morning, everybody. I want to say good morning to DS Photo Guy, Plastic Canvas. Good morning, my dear. Hope all is well with you. By the way, Plastic, we've been praying for you and your cousin, and hope that things are going well for you, dear, and him. Good morning, Good Time Radio. Good morning, buddy. Hope everything is well. Montana Springs, I like that. You sound like a Montana Hannah, whatever her frickin' name is. That Miley girl. Yeah. Were you banned? Never mind. Anyway, and Rudy Ford. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Plastic. My deepest condolences to you. I don't even know what to say, and it is awesome that you're here with us to mourn with us and hang out with us. I know it's a tough time, especially when you lose somebody in such a tragic way. But remember that you have support. And that here on our show, your family. And so I hope that at least we can make you smile today and try to get your mind off of such a very sad tragedy. And my deepest condolences. And my sidekick, good morning, Vorbabite. He got here about 8:05. We were already running late. And he said for about 2 minutes, he said, I'll be right back. And he ran out of here and got in the car and left. Which means to me, but he left his computer. Which means to me that he forgot his frickin' plug. So he's got to play with his Facebook while we sit here most of the time. So, of course, he's got to look at the girly videos and all that shit, which he does most of the time anyway. Annoys the hell out of him. But, yeah, he'll be back. Anyway, time for some Ginkgo Balboa, yeah. What is that? That brain shit? That brain stuff that reminds you? I don't need it. I have my coffee for that. This is my Ginkgo Bimbo. This is called Ginkgo Bimbo. Yeah. Brain shit. Yeah, I know. It's like fertilizer. Yeah, and for the brain. Yeah. Actually, one time I found this plant that had the weirdest leaves on it. And I took it home and I actually raised it where it gave out these little fruit and all the shit. It was a ginkgo tree. I didn't know it was. I couldn't figure it out. Got the weirdest looking shaped leaves to it. Kind of a square that wants to be a triangle. Some shit. Yeah. Anyway, it's good to see you. It's poison. Yeah. Anyway, it's good to see you all. And of course, the breaking news that everybody in this planet, including the Pope and the Pope Emeritus and every frickin' body's talking about, is a Miley Cyrus twerking video. Seems like everybody and their mother, and of course their children, And all the pedophiles are having an uproar. The pedophiles, of course, are saying it wasn't enough. And for all the priests, they've been blessing the television so that they can consume it while they watch it. Here we go. Miley Cyrus MTV Video Music Awards performance raised some eyebrows. It did more than raising just eyebrows, folks. I mean, please. It raised a lot of towers. A lot of boners were happening. Yeah. She started out singing "We Can't Stop." Yeah. We can't stop. We can't stop masturbating over this freaking video. Yeah. And I'm not talking about physical masturbation. I mean, we're masturbating our brains with it. You could do that. Keep pumping that stuff in your brain. That's called masturbation. You know what I mean? Anyway, twerking and sticking out her tongue to match her bare unitard. At one point, MTV bleeped out the word Molly. Now, isn't that funny? All this drug culture is seeping in to our culture, even through words that sound like a name. I thought that they were saying Miley. They were saying Molly, which is a drug. In the song, Miley says, "So la da dee da dee." What the hell? We like to party, dancing with Molly. When it first came out, the song was under fire for its drug references, including Molly, which is MDMA or ecstasy. But that wasn't a big deal. It was what came next. In the press room, there was a gasp. Oh, there he is. Mm-hmm. There's our missing link, Derek Barrett, folks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
How you doing? It's for some reason the plug fell out of my doggone laptop case and stuff. I had to try it back.
It has its own feet. Yeah. Just walked out. Yeah. Blame it on the plug. What the hell? Anyway, good to see you, buddy.
All right.
Oh, by the way, we're talking about the infamous Miley Cyrus video.
Right.
That's breaking news. I mean, it's so important, everybody's talking about it. Anyway, in the press room, there was a gasp that went on to strip down to nude undies and a bra and did a Jersey Turnpike grind with Robin Thicke on a rendition of the hit Blurred Lines. On Twitter, reaction wasn't exactly positive. Some expressed embarrassment for Molly. Others mocked her hair. She looked like she had two horns on, didn't she?
Yeah.
Like a demon.
It's supposed to be like little teddy bear ears or whatever.
She looked like a devil. Like a demon child.
A horny devil.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the stuff that you see in those demoniac witchcraft magazines.
Oh, demonic, okay.
Yeah. Demonic, yeah. Demoniac. Yeah. And Dancing with the Stars Bachelor alumni, who the hell's she to talk? Melissa Rykoff tweeted, "I think I'm too old to appreciate the it actually said that, new Miley Cyrus, feeling slightly violated." And of course, a photo of Will Smith family watching the performance went viral. Quite extraordinary happenings, folks. Now, here's the thing. Think about this. This is the same shit that happened with Anthony. I don't know, Ed, do you have a picture of Anthony, what he looked like on the street yesterday? I can get that to you. It's on my Facebook page. Anthony dressed up as a warrior from 300.
Oh, King Leonidas.
Yeah. And
Spartans.
He had Speedos on, and he had no shirt on, and he had a cape. And you should see some of the comments that went viral on Facebook about Anthony himself. I mean, but here's the thing. Like I told Anthony and I tell Miley Cyrus. The bad publicity produces some publicity.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about Miley Cyrus today. People that don't even know who the hell she is are talking about
Yeah, they know her now.
Everybody's talking about Anthony Harris.
Rocco's story. Robin, I think, probably ruined his career too.
Oh yeah.
I wonder what his wife was thinking.
Actually, Rocco, that's a good point. Good morning, Rocco, by the way. No, that's a good point. I'll tell you why. Because everybody was saying, there it is. Look at this. This is Anthony Harris. Thank you, Ed. You're the man. That's a great picture. This is Anthony Harris promoting himself about 2 blocks away from a school, an elementary school.
Isn't there a law against that?
Yeah. And so, yeah, there is.
Firearms supposed to be so far away.
Yeah.
He didn't have any. He didn't have any.
Look
firearms.
at that shit. Oh, now I will have to say this.
Firearm.
Oh.
If you're gonna do this, you better have a nice looking body at least. Anthony ain't so bad. I don't know about.
442 says indecent exposure.
Yeah.
I'm blind.
Yeah. This is the way Anthony is getting publicity to become the mayor of Macon, Georgia. Now, if this is not retarded, yeah. Thank you, Ed.
Good Tyrese is nice moves.
But that's what he said he was going to do. You see, at least he's a man of his word. He said, I'm going to be so outrageous and show what circus this freaking place is that I'm going to now become the ringmaster. Yes. And believe me, hurry, step right up. He had a guy coming around 3 or 4 times. He kept coming around. He says, Irv, I think this guy was stalking me. I think this guy was gay. He's a big, heavy-set black guy. He kept coming back and talking to me and asking me questions and this and that.
Did he have an S-curl on?
I don't know.
Like the guy from at the pool?
But dude, he kept coming back and asking Anthony the same question. And it was because he wanted to look at Anthony's pecs and his pecker. His pecs and pecker. On Vineville. It's just not outrageous. You see, but this is what happens when when we as people want to become outrageous, like us here on this show. We could be a hell of a lot more outrageous than meth in the morning. Am I right?
Right.
And yet I wouldn't strip down to look like that, would you, Derek?
No, I'm not even good enough shape to do that.
Yeah. I mean, Derek has appeared in a couple of light porn movies. But that's besides the point.
But I was fully clothed. That's the I mean, I did have a wife beater, but that was about it. So.
Yeah, wife beater. Unbelievable. Anyway, good morning, Bean. The hell with the coffee. Double up on the meds. Yeah. Shaq.
Double up on the meds.
Well, let me just say this. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. But he looks good, and he made a name, and he's all over Facebook. And I could do it. Actually, Ed has a picture of me where I walk around in my underwear. Yeah. Yes, you do.
Did you burn it?
That picture that you have of me with the yellow swimsuit.
Who?
The infamous yellow swimsuit.
Oh, yeah. Your
Yeah.
banana hammock.
Yeah, my banana hammock. Oh, by the way, somebody said that. I don't want my child to see his banana hammock. Then you had a couple of women, a woman named Amy Pierce, I believe it is, and Amber, they both sound the same. They both kept saying about what's behind Anthony's sign. Nobody is talking about Anthony's sign. He's got another picture of himself where he really looks nude, because he's got the sign right in his crotch area, And so you got your top and you got your bottom half, and it looks like, it just calls your eye to look at his crotch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the sign positioned in a way that just a little bit above his upper thigh area.
Oh, I see.
That it leaves a dark spot in that area, and it just makes you, look. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even straight guys have a hard time not looking. I'm sure. It's good to have everybody on. I want to say good morning once again. We're going to go down the line because we got a few on. Diaz Photo Guy, of course, my brother. We got C-Flug just got on. The Bean is on Plastic Canvas, of course, our beautiful moderators.
Mm-hmm.
And me, of course. I'm a beautiful moderator. And ATT, good morning. Good morning. Good Time Radio. Harry Cuda, Is This Real? Manny, Montana Springs, Rocco, Topher, Vorpal by 2, and Kettle Corn, and of course, Rudy 4. There's Anthony. This was from a commercial that he did.
Yeah, there was a commercial we did for the Greek
me.
Corner Deli. I did the voiceover for it, kind of like the voice from 300, like, join us and 300 of your closest friends to dine with us at the Greek Corner Deli.
Yeah.
Look for the flags on the corner of Cherry Street.
Soon to be mayor. Mayor Anthony Anarchist Harris.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Well.
And there he is waving goodbye.
And could run the success. There we go. And now he's waving goodbye. After he was picked up.
On his way to the hotel.
Yes.
This is after he performed or allowed some girl to perform in that costume.
Oh.
Somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, would you believe that is a breaking story today? My desire.
Mm-hmm.
Say again? Let me see.
This is what did it.
There it is. This is after he, allowed this to happen. Terrible.
Yeah, I think McDonald's. Yeah, I think Ronald was probably. I think he puts in a new phrase of "I'm loving it." Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What was it? Have it your way. No, that was
Burger King. That was Burger King.
Yeah, well. ATT, I was channel surfing last night. Is Honey Boo Boo's mom from Macon? Actually, she's not. She's very close.
Mm-hmm.
She's in, what the hell's the name of that area? Milledgeville?
No. Damn, I'm crazy.
Margaritaville.
Madison.
One of those villas.
I'll think of it.
I know it has an M in it. I know this.
Yeah. Yeah,
McIntyre.
Yeah.
McIntyre. Yeah,
That's
McIntyre.
That's it.
I don't know where the hell that is, but it's close by.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got some more important breaking news. Am I right, Derek?
Yeah, I got some news. It's from
news about Miss Giddings, and it really is no news.
Yeah, well, it's an update, I guess you might say. From
a follow-up.
A follow-up, yes. A search for Lauren Giddings remains this past Friday. Did not turn up any evidence, according to Jamie Gaudet with the Macon Police Department. Major Charles Stone with the police department says last week a woman told investigators she believes she saw Stephen McDaniel, who was accused of killing neighbor and classmate Giddings, come out of the woods near Houston Road about 2 years ago. Giddings' torso was found in a trash bin outside her Macon apartment in June of 2011. Investigators searched in the woods just across the Houston County line near Highway 49 for about 5 hours this past weekend, on Friday.
Yeah.
They were seen taking a bag out of the woods, but according to Gaudet, investigators, quote-unquote, did not find what they were looking for. The tipster told Stone a recent double homicide in Houston County jogged their memory about seeing who she believes was McDaniel 2 years ago. Sergeant Scott Chapman with the Macon Police says that they are finished searching that area and will continue following any lead in the search for Giddings' remains.
Yeah, well,
they're still intact.
They're still investigating. This is young Lauren Giddings, who was murdered, brutally chopped up, body parts scattered around, and young Mercer college
law graduate.
law graduate.
Mm-hmm.
The alleged murderer was also from Mercer.
Yes.
He looked like, what the hell is his name? That crazy guy with the big hair. What is his name?
Well, Carrot Top?
Carrot Top. Yeah, he looks like Carrot Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Anyway, this guy ought to burn, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're coming out with all these excuses, and the lawyers are working. Of course, his father must have money. I mean, you can't not have money and go to Mercer.
Certainly not.
You got to have some buckets in the ducket or ducket in the bucket, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, he certainly is having a field day when it comes to trying to avoid any kind of conviction.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not even sure if it's a conviction. Yeah. He's still on trial. What's today? Today's a special day.
The 20s. Oh, yeah.
You have, I think, Diaz, listen up.
I think yesterday or today was National Dog Day.
National Dog Day. Now, did we show the video yesterday? I'm hoping it was yesterday because we showed that video of that Diaz sent us.
Thanks.
Digit.
Yeah, he was a dog that's eligible to be adopted and all about animals. So if you are looking for a dog like Digit, he is a boxer mix. Last time I checked, go on down there and adopt him. It's I think it's quite a reasonable fee. Yes, it was yesterday. Thanks, Diaz. That was a really good.
We're gonna be talking about all this other bullshit that's going on with the Syrian war and all that crap. But let's try to stay focused on what is at hand, folks.
Oh, y'all know you gotta eat breakfast before you watch our show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Never
yes.
eat breakfast while watching us.
Yeah.
That's very true. That's very
Anyway,
true.
go ahead. So today is what? National? Is it today?
Well, it was yesterday.
Yesterday.
So that was good. We happened to show that video yesterday at Digit on National Dog Day, which we didn't even know was National Dog Day.
Mm-hmm.
What the
By
hell?
the way,
Oh, American Bulldog mix. Okay, she's boxer American Bulldog mix. Okay.
we got flagged for that video. Evidently, there's a copy.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. We got flagged for that video. I saw that it has a fizzle. You put up the link. I don't know how we're gonna redo that and how you gonna redo that.
It's still up there.
Yeah,
It's
but
fine.
it's not doing anything. It just said Facebook took it off, or with YouTube.
Oh, it wouldn't let you even do it now?
Yeah, I went and I tried to look at it. It's got a bunch of, with the warning on it. By the way, speaking of, it's almost like they stole our video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ed put up the video and you can't get to it. But speaking of that, of stealing, here's a guy, and Ed, he's a Patel. Would you believe this?
They're all Patel.
They're all Patel.
Either
Another
Patel.
Patel.
Patel or Singh.
Or, well, Gupta.
Yeah, Patel or
That's
Singh.
Gupta.
I think he made that one up.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll make
Sanjay
it, man.
Gupta, CNN guy.
Yeah, well, this Macon man is charged with 600 counts of identity theft
Mm-hmm.
and fraud after joint operation of BIB deputies and United States Secret Service. 26-year-old Jagdeep Patel, J-Deep.
Yeah.
They went deep on this one. Is behind bars at the Bibb County LEC. Police say he's a central figure in an international ID theft operation. They served a search warrant and recovered a slew of items from Patel's home, including debit cards, ledgers, computers, driver's license, and cash.
Wow.
Police also say he was the middleman in an international loan scam that led him withdrawing $190,000 out of Macon's ATMs. Would you
Wow.
believe it?
That is something else, boy.
I have a hard time scrounging up money to go have breakfast at Waffle House, and this son of a bitch comes from somewhere else and somehow is able to take hundreds of thousands of dollars and what the hell?
I know, man. What the hell, Patel? Things. Boy, I don't know about you, Herb, but I tell you, J-Deep is going to be knee-deep in trouble right now. Just...
was shit deep in trouble.
Knee deep in
Yeah.
trouble.
Well, yeah, identity theft should be mandatory, 1 year in jail. This guy
man.
is probably going to get a hell of a lot more than that. I mean, you're talking about he's part of
felony,
an
'cause you're talking
international
about-
scam ring.
Yeah, you're talking about like six. I mean, when it goes, especially when it gets up into the 6 digits or more, you're gonna play. You're gonna
and
beg
they're
it
going to
to
look at him as a terrorist. Maybe they're going to want to know: is he funding some of these terrorists, homegrown terrorists here in Macon, Georgia? I mean, they hide out in these bodegas, as they call them in New York. I don't know what the hell they call them here.
bodegas.
Yeah, bodega. Yeah, exactly. So who knows? Who knows?
Talk about some.
Who knows
freakiness.
what's going on? You got some other news?
Oh yeah, I got some more updates on about the schools going on, because Atlanta has been having trouble with schools and cheating and all this stuff on tests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sonny Perdue, former governor Sonny Perdue. This is from Atlanta. Former Georgia governor Sonny Perdue has taken the stand in the first trial resulting from the Atlanta Public Schools cheating scandal. The Atlanta's news affiliate, WSB-TV, reports that Perdue confirmed to jurors that he ordered state authorities to take over the investigation of school employees suspected of changing students' answers on standardized tests. And the former governor said Atlanta school leaders were stonewalling and that he thought that they were hurting school children. State officials finished their sweeping inquiry after Perdue left office, indicting almost 36 former teachers and administrators, including Superintendent Beverly Hall. Tamara Cotton is charged, among those school officials, is charged in Fulton County Superior Court with trying to influence a witness. Prosecutors allege that the former administrator instructed the principals to tell investigators to go to hell.
Wow.
Yeah,
Go to hell.
but while she's going to jail.
Yeah. Well, Frank Perdue, or whatever his name is.
Sonny Perdue.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they did have
He does have a
his name.
relation to the Purdue guy, right?
Maybe.
They both look like they have the same nose.
Mm-hmm. Sonny. Well, actually, they mispronounced. They misspelled it. Had it Sony Perdue, like the TV set.
Well, they don't know. This guy is the same governor who threw up the Confederate flag on the nation's on the state's capital, and everybody went crazy. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
This guy is another Confederate nutcase.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I mean, that's why I always keep wondering why there's so many people that hold on to that. I can understand had they won the Civil War.
Yeah,
But,
dude. When the March on Washington happened, that was almost 100 years after the Civil War was over.
Yeah.
And you see those people; they're rabid, rancid, murdering thugs, getting on everybody. And that shit still happens today in lower numbers, but it still happens. That's never going to go away. Mankind is doomed when it comes to ever getting over the race card or the races or whatever they want to call it. Everybody likes to say, oh, you're throwing up the race card. No, you stupid ass. It's never gone away. That's the point. Only some people. And I will say this, though. It was good to see... these marches and to see the blacks and the whites together in those films. I mean, it was great. Kudos to them. But half of those people were beaten to a pulp as well. And so it was a bad time in America. And yet, it was like the extreme on both spectrum.
Yeah.
Today they don't want to get beaten up like that, so they keep quiet about it.
Yeah. I was reading the same reason I hold on to my heritage. That's what look, I came from the same regional area. Okay, I'm from Georgia too, but the difference is that, the Confederates, they were only a country for 4 years. I mean, the Brady Bunch was on TV longer than they were a country.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing against the South. I just have something against the Confederacy.
No,
And
not only that, Vorpal, come on. I mean, are you going to say now... that let's say a young thug is going to walk around saying, well, that's our heritage. You guys have to accept it. Are you going to do that? Are you going to do that? The gangbangers? Are you going to like say, well, that's their history, you know, you hold on to it. Just as easy as you say that about Confederacy and about the racist
Bull Connor.
Yeah, Bull Connor mentality. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, yeah, I know. I don't like it either. But look, Bull Connor and, you know, and the thugs of today are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Sinking very quickly in society.
Mm-hmm.
And now, of course, you throw in Miley Cyrus in the mix. And you're all screwed up.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes to show you how low our society is getting, or gone, or is,
yeah,
or there already, where that becomes entertainment, wiggling your ass in somebody's crotch, an overrated, overaged man.
It's kind of bad. I mean,
in a jail-like looking suit. Didn't that suit that he was wearing with the pinstripe look like he was like one of those chain gang guys?
Chain gang. I never thought about it like that, chain gang. Thank goodness. You know, thank your lucky stars, man. Thank your lucky stars that Miley Cyrus is of age, thank goodness, barely. She's barely like 20, 21 years old. Good
morning, Popeye.
That was slightly R. Kelly-ish about that situation right there.
What, man?
I think he was wearing striped pants because he wanted to cover up, you know, the bulge and stuff when she was grinding up on him.
All I know is that she was all in that thing, all in his crotch. And he's standing there singing like, you know, he's normal. You know, Mr. Thick, that your schwanger was very thick, all right. You know, talk about Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could, it was
sticking
thick.
up, all right.
Yeah. The tension was thick. You can cut it with a knife.
Yeah. Dick Thick. Dick Thick. Yeah. That, I mean, it was hard.
His words.
It's hard. Oh, yeah. And then there was even Beetlejuice got involved. What the hell was that all about? Ruin a character like Beetlejuice.
Oh my goodness. Robin Thicke's mom said, she cannot see that she violently molested my son.
Pesha FM Radio, Radio FM says, Robin Thicke's mom said she can't unsee them. She Miley molested my son. Yeah, that's exactly what she did. That was like, you see, and the thing is that what's the message that sends out? That every guy that has a microphone in his hand is going to expect somebody to be bending over and putting their rear end and their anus on their crotch.
Yeah. That's why you can't even go to clubs anymore. That's their way of dancing now. That's how these young folks dance. They don't even learn moves, and then they just stand behind him like he's doing a dog style, and the girls just twerk behind him till their nether reaches get all, you know, numb and stuff. All stuff. Ooh, I'm horny. Let's go home.
By the way,
and then get naked.
Who was it? Sam Hart Jr. Do you have that post? What the hell he says about twerking? Now he's talking about it being the history of Black America.
Where?
You're the one that read the story to me yesterday. Sam Hart.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he was commenting on the twerk. I don't know what the big deal about twerking is when blah, 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 blah. You remember that shit?
Oh, yeah. We were. Yeah,
he was. What's he saying? This is a guy's son who's running for mayor. He goes to show you.
Okay,
Read
because we were talking about it. Okay, he says, Sam Hart Jr., who's a classmate of mine. We both went to UGA, and his dad is
he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, and his dad is running for mayor.
Yeah.
He was saying that suddenly everyone is shocked by twerking. It has been around forever in the South and has always been borderline X-rated and meant for adults to enjoy, if you like that kind of thing, in parentheses, in darkly lit nightclubs and strip clubs after 1 or 2 in the morning. The mainstream's lack of understanding of rap/hip hop culture, quote in parentheses, from artists to producers to network executives, gets exposed from time to time as they try to exploit the culture for financial gain. Never meant for prime time, nor should it ever be mainstream. I mean, he's definitely. I mean, whether you agree,
he's not advocating it.
He's not advocating, but you have the thing. I mean, do you think? I mean, it's obviously for financial gain. I mean, Miley Cyrus. I mean, who's not known for making hip hop music? Why all of a sudden she want to do a hip hop esque song with hip hop rap elements to it? I mean, isn't she like a country singer, like Taylor Swift? I mean, because her father's a country singer, and I wrote something down. He had a lot of comments. I mean, basically, David Lasser says she's just tired of being a nice girl. She got a lot of her daddy in her. Says, let's see, David Shaw's Sam. I was trying to read. That's not twerking. That's shaking a long back. I was embarrassed for her, said Brooke Obie. and I said something. I agree, Sam. But Miley is a buttless wonder when it comes to twerking. If you ever seen the video, seeing her twerking is almost like watching a guy trying to hit a home run with a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah, I think Diaz just sent you a video there, Ed.
Yeah, I see it.
It's funny as hell. All right, Diaz, thank you for that video. I think Ed's got it. We're gonna put it up a minute or so.
Only videos go on break now.
Okay, cool.
No more videos during the show.
Okay, very good.
Unless somebody else wants to spend 12 hours editing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to tell you, man. I may not eat any chicken today. Just on that picture alone.
All right, so
my eyes.
Anyway, I don't know. All I have to say is that this is obviously something that she wanted. She wanted the attention. She certainly got it. Anthony wanted the attention. He certainly got it.
Well, I'm just saying,
Derek, you're gonna have to figure something out so that if you want the attention, you'll get it.
I don't know how, but I don't want to squander my 15 minutes of fame that way.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you have to find something that's really effective. I mean, I guess if it worked for Miley Cyrus, and maybe it worked for Anthony for mayor. I mean, it worked for Lester Maddox, when he ran for governor. I mean, this dude was riding a bicycle backwards all the time, in the middle of the street. And
that was a metaphor. You went backwards with his politics.
Well, yeah, no, he literally rode a bicycle backwards, and somehow he ended up being governor. Go figure.
Wow, go figure. By the way, Miley Cyrus's dad, what the hell is his name?
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, Billy Ray. Billy Ray's gonna be on Piers
Morgan tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
Okay.
Responding to his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
With the way she behaves, you wonder.
You like how I was
there's
dancing?
any
Like how I
incest
was
going on in
dancing?
that
You like how
family.
I was dancing? It was cool. It was really, really cool. I like the way I was dancing. It was cool. It was really, really cool.
Who do you think
I ain't
she's
got no ass.
practicing dancing with?
Yeah.
Who?
Billy Ray is serious about this.
Hi, I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan.
Ciao.
Hi, David Reagan.
Hey, we didn't
Well,
invite you
anyway,
Jeez.
yeah, you'd rather bang Amanda Burns, yeah, in her psych ward room. Yeah. Anyway, that's another nutcase.
Another nutcase.
All those kids, they're all cursed. It's like the Superman curse on. There's the Superman curse,
And the VMA curse.
the VMA, and the Disney curse.
Disney curse. Has it been a Nickelodeon kids curse? Well, I guess Nickelodeon hasn't been around long enough.
But did you see what Disney did to Star Wars? Now they got like Star Lego Wars or some bullshit with.
Oh, they had that long before
What
Disney.
the hell?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Well, they basically just
looked
got
at
Lego
it.
blocks and they just made like videos of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just in the form of Lego blocks.
Yeah, I saw it, and of course, Darth Vader is like a goofball, you know.
I mean, it's
That
Lego blocks.
completely.
I mean, it's Lego blocks. I mean, how can you
took
make?
it and trashed it?
But how can you? I mean, come on, it's Lego.
But that's what Disney does. They did the
it
same
was
shit with the
before
Muppets.
It was before Lego.
They
I mean,
made
it
the
was
Muppets Offspring, the Muppets Sperm Cell, the Muppet.
Muppet.
Miss
Yeah.
Piggy twerks.
God, please
Yeah,
don't
there
show
you go.
that. Oh, please.
That
don't.
would be great.
Miss Piggy twerks.
That's
But
a
Lego-
perfect
but-
idea. Miss Piggy twerking on the frog.
With Mama June.
What a
Man.
sight that would be.
Yeah, man. People gonna be buying eye bleach by the gallons, man. Just sheesh.
Do you imagine?
But Lego's been around before Disney got. But you gotta think. How can you make a Lego block menacing? Can you?
Believe me, if they can make Miley Cyrus look menacing, they could make Lego blocks.
I don't know if you want to call that menacing. Maybe humiliating, but I don't know about menacing.
People
Doesn't
are
be-
embarrassed. I mean, people are responding to this video and that whole craziness. Like, I can't believe it. A bunch of hypocrites. Now, we're not being hypocritical. I mean, I was like, I didn't know what to say. Except to say that it's disgusting. Yeah.
It's like, man,
It's like
you
Muppet
gotta
porn.
be,
That's what it
Muppet
was.
porn. Yeah, you gotta be really, you gotta be doing something really bad. When you make Michael Jackson grabbing his crotch or Madonna touching her crotch look tame,
Wow.
you gotta be.
Hey, you
really.
told about the guy, the scam, credit scam?
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
went through that. You got it.
Did you talk about him getting bonded out?
No.
No.
Hey, bonded him out. He said,
Look at that. He found some money from his stash.
$49,700. He bonded out Monday afternoon.
Son of a bitch.
Mm.
Where they get that money?
That was according to the Bid Jail inmate website. According. Nobody spell checks.
Well,
That was according.
that's $47,000 more money in the coffers in Macon, Georgia.
Dang.
Houston Mart is where he worked, right there.
Yeah.
How about that?
By the way, that angle that she was protruding her butt in this guy's crotch.
Crotch area.
That angle.
Yeah, well, but yeah.
Yeah, that backwards angle.
Well, her pelvic area.
Yeah, her pelvic.
Her
No,
pelvic
her
area.
anus area.
Yes.
And by the way, that angle gives me an angle to go into a story about angle parking that's going to be allowed here in Macon, Georgia. Downtown Macon embraces reverse angle parking. Shit, that's been happening for years. I didn't know that it was not part of the status quo, but I guess it wasn't. Downtown Macon will begin introducing reverse angle parking on Tuesday. These people could barely park already as it is. You should see them. Have you ever been downtown when you see some hobo trying to park their car and they're going like this? Like, damn it. When I did it in New York, it was one in. Boom. Right in. 2 seconds. These scumbags go back and forth, back and forth. You could tell they live on a frickin' prairie. They live in some barn area where they can just throw their car in with reckless disregard. They don't know how to park here.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're going to do backwards parking. Shit, they can't even park frontwards. Now they're going to do it backwards. You could see the lawsuits already.
Oh yeah.
Some asshole is going to get his leg crushed by one of these morons trying to back up. But anyway, while blocks on Cherry Street will still allow cars to pull in to park, blocks on 3rd Street between Pine and Oak Streets will be painted and posted for reverse angle parking, in which the driver will back into an angled parking space. While the blocks are striped and posted, they will be closed on Tuesday all day. And we intend that to have this type of parking be safer, which I don't know about. I have a real concern about this. And he says we intend to have this type of safer parking set along the 2nd Street corridor, and we wanted to go ahead and create an area where people can practice.
Mm-hmm.
Mayor Ricketts said. So you have to practice how to park. Yeah.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy,
I like
Betty
that.
White.
I like Betty White.
Yes, everyone owes Jamie Foxx an apology.
You know, that woman's so old she's decomposing before our eyes. Yeah. She's dead, she just doesn't know it yet. Neither do we. Still alive. I don't know where she gets her energy from, that woman. It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, 2nd Street Corridor is an economic development project funded by the voter-approved special purpose local option sales tax, which means SPLOST. It stretches from East Macon through downtown, connect to Little Richard Penniman and Mercer University Boulevard, and create a gateway into Macon at the interchange of Mercer University Boulevard. Long term, the city wants that corridor to expand further west along Mercer University Boulevard to the Macon Mall and Macon State College. In July, the City Council approved the design and construction manager at-risk contracts for portions of the 2nd Street corridor, including a vision block from Cherry Street to Poplar Street and a connector from 2nd Street to Little Richard Penniman Boulevard. T.Y. Lin International was approved for the work design, and Chris R. Sheridan and Company was selected as construction manager at risk. There you go. So they're already proving shit, and it sounds like none of these people are from Macon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens, C-Flug. 2nd Street, actually like 2nd Street.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's big, and it just needs more trees. Like Cherry Street, you know, and trees on that boulevard or 2nd Street would look nice. I mean, I think look at what they did to 3rd Street many years ago when they had a vision of Macon being a gigantic city that it's not.
Yeah.
Tried to make it look like Park Avenue, where they ran that little park down the center.
Yeah.
That's what they say they propose they want to do eventually to 2nd Street. We'll see. It's already thinned out after Poplar Street.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right?
Right.
I mean, it becomes almost like a one-way street when the further down 2nd Street you go. So they're going to have to bulldoze a lot of those houses along the way in order to get that street widened. And of course, Martin Luther King Boulevard looks horrible. That's not really nothing there.
Yeah, I mean, you do have the TV station, Fox News, former station where I worked
deal.
there, and you know some barbershops and I think what was it that club? What is it? Envy?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
I like Good Time Radio's got that big smiley on. You're funny as hell, Good Time. Even with your little whatever they call
him
it.
and Rocco.
Emotion
back
time.
and forth. Yeah, why don't you guys take it to private chat?
Rocco and who? And Too Much?
And Good Time Radio.
Oh. Yeah, don't pay attention to each other, guys. You know, you guys are
How
all
old
emotional.
How old are you?
My God. Just to get on the show and right away they have to be full of themselves. Like, give me attention. I want to talk to you. Fuck them. I don't want to hear what the important news that's coming out. I don't want to be a part of the show. I just want to hang out in the middle of it and be a heckler and a pain in the ass to anybody that will listen to me. This is the way they behave.
Mm-hmm.
It's like being at a party and having these two people like taking up, sucking the air out of the room in a
Two
corner.
people talking,
And
talking
eating
trash.
your food. Get the hell out of here. You're gonna
Speaking
eat my
of two
food.
crazy folks.
Was Al at that party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think I'm referring to, you moron? Stupid. Asking the obvious. Another idiot. I can't stand that. People ask the obvious. Irving, is that a red hat you're wearing? No, you stupid schmuck. It's brown. Stupid ass. Don't ask the obvious. Moron. Alright.
I was just seeing when you were talking about two crazy guys in. Kind of remind me of a story here that said that two shot in Fort Valley apartment complex.
Gee.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Fort Valley PD are investigating a shooting this past Sunday afternoon in the parking lot of Old English Apartments on the 900 block of Orange Street. Officers responding to a call at first didn't locate anyone who had been shot. Short time later, Peach County Hospital called police to report a man later identified as Raymond Cox, age 25.
Raymond Cox.
Yeah, of Cordele, came in with
I
shot.
think everybody's changing their name to like these things. You know, Madam Pussy, Mr. Cox. Well, we got Pussy Riot stuck in Russia. What the hell? What is wrong with people? Robin Thicke. It just
Well, blame
seems like
his daddy.
everybody-
That's his daddy. He gave him the name.
Yeah, well,
Jeez.
talk about horse shit. Alright.
Well, Raymond Cox came in with gunshot wounds to his upper torso.
That's Miley Cyrus. Right there.
And
All that
Octavius,
farty noise.
and Octavius Trice, age 24 of Fort Valley, he also had gunshot wounds to his upper torso. And police investigators determined the two shootings were related and had occurred in Fort Valley, and they were transported to Macon Med Center by ambulance and listed in serious condition.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there'll be more updates to this.
Yeah. Hopefully. More shots.
Yes. It's 9:04 a.m. here in Macon, Georgia. It's going on.
9:04.
Yeah, it's 9:04. Yeah, going on 9:05. I was trying to figure out how.
And by 9:06, we'll go to break.
Yeah, it's 64 degrees. Wow, it's actually getting cooler.
Wow.
64 degrees with a high of 89 and a low of 68 degrees. You're watching The Morning Roast with Irv, Ed, and DB live from the Nut House. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Stick around. More to come.
And we are back.
Wow.
Sheesh. Boy, I tell you,
That was
man,
fun.
if you go to a Waffle House and you want to pay a woman, pay that waitress her tip, you better pay it. Boy.
She was ripping her hair out. Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
see that?
Yeah, I saw that, boy.
I don't think that was a weave.
You think it was actual
I
hair?
think it was actually a hair.
Okay.
Wow. Talk about women. I mean, this is the thing, folks. Do you think this shit happened, 100 years ago? Could you imagine women doing this during the time of women's suffrage and
Hell no.
and all of that?
Matter of
wearing
fact,
big
women would be getting would be scolding those women for acting a fool like that. Like, damn, you trying to make us look bad? We trying to get a right to vote. Stop acting like some freaking scalawags, you know?
Yeah.
Can't act like a scalawag and you just, we want to.
Scallywag.
Yeah.
Scallywags. I haven't heard that word since I've been on a boat.
The pollywog.
I think Popeye used that shit.
Scallywag on the pollywog.
Yes. I must have been.
Am I right, Popeye? Isn't that a terminology coming right from Popeye cartoon?
I don't know. I must.
I'll get that scallywag.
I don't know. I've been reading some Mark Twain, so I don't
They're
know.
more like scally hags. They're scally hags.
No, I didn't
Scaly
read
hags.
Mary Flint.
What a horrible. What a horrible video. Thank you, Ed. It's always good to have
Very scary, man.
these poisonous
Skull
videos
the
on.
butt. Yeah.
It's called what? Spiritual pornography. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It just makes you want to go out and rip somebody's hair out.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. I was. Yeah.
They kept beating each other up, and then more fights started breaking out.
More fights. More. It's like it was like a domino effect.
Wow.
Like what is about Waffle that brings out the evil in people or something?
I don't know.
Sheesh.
Hey, here's the thing. I don't know why these women don't like grab each other's boobs and just twist them until they rip out. Instead, they're like beating each other up. Grab the boobs
Yeah.
and rip into them. Put your nails in them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's a good point. But see, the thing is, what is a woman's biggest commodity? their looks, their faces. So basically, that's why they grab for their hair. If they could crest their face and get their hair, they could just blah, 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 you know, whether it's from the roots
Well,
or
that
from...
was one blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I got a couple of pictures of Batman. I figured they would be better served as Batman than the current Affleck guy. You know, that's another thing. You know, there's all this mayhem going on in Syria. All this chemical weapon killing and shit, right?
Yes.
There's still the war in Iraq that never ended. It's all bullshit. They're telling to us that it's over. They know it's never gonna be over. These people have been fighting since millennia. When Methuselah was around, I think he was shot dead. Who the hell knows? But I mean, these people have been fighting forever. It's never gonna be over.
And it's a family feud.
Yeah. We got Russia banning gays, right? Arresting all these people, right?
Yep.
And yet the biggest freaking news that we can come up with, where everybody's furious, is Ben Affleck is a bad choice for Batman. And Miley Cyrus's video.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes to show you how bad things really are, folks.
Oh, yeah.
When people are more concerned about guns than they are, you know, having a gun and the right to own a gun, than they are about equal justice, where people get equality and justice. There is something wrong here. And this is why it kind of spirals back to having a gun, because people that own guns says, well, since there is no equal justice, I'll provide the justice with my gun. So I just don't get it. You know, exactly, Vorpal. I figured you'd be the first one to chime in on that shit. You like guns so much. But let me just say this. I don't think that you're going to be advocating guns if you have one stuck right in your ugly ass face and somebody's ready to shoot your ass. You'd be like, oh boy, I wish guns did not exist. That is, of course, you know, yeah, you got Putin walking around shirtless. That's another thing. I mean, what a horror show that is. He looks like a pervert.
Yeah, speaking of shirtless, I got this wing dang doodle of a story from the Huffington Post about Lori Wilburn, who was a topless reporter, surprises a mayor to prove a point about equality. Now, this is somewhere in Canada.
Wow.
Right here in British Columbia.
Okay, so a woman now shows her titties to show equality.
Yes.
That they're both equally the same size. Is that it?
No, not even close. Basically, it says is a Canadian woman's attempt to expose her hometown mayor to the complexities of a gender equality issue caused some buzz after she took off her top in the middle of an interview. Lori Wilburn is a syndicated columnist with the Province newspaper and sat down with Kelowna Mayor Walter Gray to talk about double standards and whether a woman would land in jail if she chose to bare her breasts in public in the city. The quick answer is not anymore. Gray explained basically that the bylaws are repealed and there were old bylaws. He later told CBC News that he was just playing along with the segment. The Buxton Blonde pressed forward to make a point about ambiguous and archaic laws in Canada and the U.S. surrounding a woman's right to go shirtless in public.
Wow.
And she says, what would be inappropriate about a woman being topless? And was Wilburn said. And Mayor Gray responded, the difference probably is that a woman's chest causes a distraction. Well, yeah, simple, I guess. But she wasn't satisfied with the answer, quipping that she found earlobes incredibly distracting and asked the mayor if he was willing to cover his lobes with earmuffs. He said, no. First of all, what you looking at earlobes for? But anyway, I have the link. Send it. I just typed it in there.
There it is. Take a look at the link and
it comes with the video.
Let it sink in.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of sinking in, I was having a conversation yesterday with a woman who is going to take Axel. And by the way, Bean, Axel is going to be on a farm up in Wilkinson County now.
Oh, okay.
This woman has a large property with horses and a couple of other dogs and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So my doggy is going to get a new home.
Great.
Unfortunately, Axel the dog, my little dog. He's not having a good time here. He's uncomfortable because he's unable to, I guess, get out. And so we're going to, I wasn't going to put him in a shelter, although I thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, I saved this dog literally the day before it was going to be euthanized.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, no, don't euthanize him. Give him to me. So I'm glad that this happened.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm having this discussion with this woman called Sunny. And you may know her, Bean. Is Bean still on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
okay.
still-
Bean, you may know her name is Sunny. And ATT, I try. And I had 3 other little dogs that I tried to save before for my neighbor, and unfortunately those little dogs passed away. We have 4 dogs that are buried on this property, believe it or not, that I had to bury. And but anyway, thank God that I don't have to bury this one. It's going to be living on a farm. So we're having a talk about this and where the dog's going to go. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this woman named Sunny says to me, "Oh, by the way, Irving, do you know that I saw Mayor Rickett last week? And he came to my house, and my nurse, she needs nurse care.
Mm-hmm.
My nurse was there, and my nurse is beautiful. And Mayor Rickett could not get his eyes off of her boobs. That he kept staring at her tits. I just want to put that out there. It's a first on the Morning Roast. We have a mayor who is unable to make eye contact with people. This is one of the problems I've always had,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've said this guy won't talk to people. He doesn't give you eye contact. He gives you quick, kind of like leery eye and then walks away. But when it comes to boobs, he'll stare at you. And so I thought maybe I ought to buy myself a pair of glasses that have like boobs on them.
Yes.
And that way he'll look at me as opposed to looking away. And yeah. No, I wish I did have a personal nurse. But anyway, so I don't know about that. What do you think about that, Bean? Does it surprise you that Mayor Rickett would stare at a woman's boobs? And Sonny said that she was uncomfortable. She didn't know what to do, so she kept like talking to him so that she would divert his attention. But he kept talking to her and still staring at this woman's boobs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. Time of Putin came in, the first gas attack took place and threatened the Syrian government with action. It would be found to be them who did it, who will look better than he does now, just playing chess with the USA. Yeah, whatever. He's a puppet. Yeah, they're all puppets.
No puppets.
They're all pawns in a game.
Pinocchio, yes.
Yeah, just like Bob Dylan wrote that song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wrote a great song. I put it on Facebook. I think I got like 2 likes because people were offended.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't handle the truth. Who knows?
Yeah, talking about schools and stuff, cheating classes, and then Miley Cyrus. I got another horror show story about a restaurant.
No, I love it.
But it's not about Waffle House, believe it or not. It's actually Wild Wing,
Wild Wings. That's where Ed used to do karaoke many years ago.
No, Sparks.
Sparks.
Okay.
Yeah, same shit. They sell wings.
Yeah, it's crazy. You would think it was happening event would have happened in 1913 and not 2013.
Yeah.
But in North Charleston, South Carolina, a few weeks back, a group of 25 black patrons were waiting patiently were waiting for an order for 2 hours at a Wild Ring restaurant to be seated. They were there to help Michael Brown celebrate his cousin's last day in Charleston, but then a shift manager told them that there was a situation developing. Michael Brown says, she said there was a situation where one of our customers feel threatened by your party, so she asked us not to seat you in our section, which totally alarmed all of us because we're sitting here peaceably for 2 hours, explained Brown. Obviously, if we were causing any conflict, we would have been ejected out of the place hours before. Brown says that he was talking to the shift manager. Someone in his group began videotaping the conversation. Brown says that's when the manager became upset and refused to seat them. He added, I asked her, I want to be clear with you. I said that you're telling me I have to leave? She said, I have a right to deny you service. I said, so you're asking me to leave because you're upset because he was recording you and we waited for 2 hours to get our orders, and after you already pretty much discriminated on us? And she answered, yes. Brown said several calls were made to the corporate office in Mount Pleasant, but he says that he didn't receive a call back, so he took to Facebook on this post this past Thursday. He says, I will never go to Wild Wings Cafe in North Charleston, South Carolina again. We, part of 25 family and friends, waited 2 hours patiently and were refused service because another customer felt threatened by us. This type of racial discrimination is unacceptable, and we have to put a stop to it.
Wow.
Like, geez, Wild Wing? I mean, I could understand if it was a Denny's, but Wild Wing. I mean, if it were like a group of gang bangers or something like that, or you know, some people that you would see at the Waffle House, I could understand. But this guy was his last day, I guess, last day before going to college or going to, I guess, the military or whatnot.
Wow.
I don't see what was the big deal, like, because they were threatening, and I don't know, they seem to look hungry. I don't know if they're going to eat me or what. Put some hot sauce on me.
They're going to eat you, all right. By the way, as you speak of eating, there is a new website or newspaper that's going to come out that's going to blow every freaking body away. And Bean, you've been around for ages. This is something that you may like. But believe it or not, Macon's nightmare and timeline of privilege and deceit is now going to be exposed by this website. And it's going to be calling everybody that is hiding behind their deceit and their privilege and going to expose them to the public. And this stuff is going to be incredible. The information presented below is opinion based on information gathered from various credible sources. While every effort has been made to ensure accuracy and documentation provided as a reference to statements made, and still is an opinion piece, the information comes from numerous sources including open record acts, publicly available documents, agreements, memorandums, and understanding and funding records, and receipts of other official documentation. And what is it talking about? It's going to be talking about this very issue. And I'm going to read it very briefly. Right here. Macon Promise Neighborhood Initiative and a timeline to lose profiling from it. The relationship, backroom deals, long-term goals, and aspirations of a select group of individuals override any and all concerns for the well-being of the entire community. After all, this group has gone unchallenged for several decades. They have succeeded in all their little deals, scandals, rip-offs, and scams without any serious challenge from the community or investigative journalism from our local media. Enter the catalyst for change. Romain Dallamand, while credited with being the most divisive and predictably useless superintendent of Macon Bibb has ever had the misfortune to host, was neither a mastermind nor a player in Macon politics. He was simply a pawn. As a figurehead for a local controlling interest of our small community, in fact, when push comes to shove, he was told in also uncertain terms that the very people who brought him here, that he simply had to go. You can't take a stand. This is now going to be exposed by this new group called Educating Macon. And they're going to be, the very same information which was provided to the Macon Telegraph and the Federal District Attorney's Office, they're going to be publishing. So we now have a newspaper or a organization that is going to have a workforce that's going to be exposing all of the deceit and all of the scandals that are going on here in Macon, Georgia, and its politics. And then 100 Black Men of Macon is another one, Middle Georgia. It seems that many of the people associated with the most recent controversies are tied to this organization. The board of directors, as reported from their website, is headed by none other than Virgil Adams, Sam Hart Jr., Jimmy Samuel, Clifford Whitby, and Billy Pitts. While we do acknowledge that this organization does some exceptional, much-needed work in our community for those who need it, there are also some alleged room for some extra activity which would come into question. Not the organization, but the people tied to it. Virgil Watkins, running District 8, is on the workforce board. He is also a city councilman who works for SMV Educational System, Inc., which is owned by Samuel Hart, the Bibb County Commission chairman. Once again, Virgil Adams is a Bibb County attorney who is the V of the SMV Educational System. Although publicly stated otherwise, when the detail was presented on the Mix in the Morning show, by the way, he registered Sam's Hart business as a matter of public record. He is associated with Sam Hart's Profit for Business. Virgil Adams is also on the Tubman Museum Board and has input of taxpayers' money directly from SPLOST funds. Sam Hart is the chairman of Bibb County Commissioners, as well as being the president of SMV Educational Systems and Middle Georgia Center of Economic Excellence. Mr. Hart is also on the board for the Macon Bibb Industrial Authority. And then Sheldon Hart is Sam Hart's son, and he works for SMV Educational System. And Sam Hart Jr. is also on the board of Middle Georgia Center for Economic Excellence. All these people have all this influence, and they're the ones that are taking money from SPLOST, that is taxpayers' money. They put in an educational system that's failing. They are in charge of just about any and everything in this city. And that is now going to be exposed. And I'm excited about these people, and I'm going to be putting this out, making sure that everybody and their mother that can see this crap will be able to see this new Macon Bibb Educating Macon website.
Right.
And what do you think of that, Derek? Finally.
Finally.
We're going to get some kind of exposure to all this nonsense. What do you think of that?
Maybe we'll be able to find a way to nip these things in the bud.
Yep.
In one way.
Unfreaking-believable. Are you leaving plastic? I beat the guy that been seeping goo, blah, blah, blah. Thanks again. All your praise. All right, dear.
Okay. That's
Love you,
good
Ken.
to know.
This is what I'm saying, folks. We have been saying this now forever. I'm going to take parts of that article and start to put it on Facebook. Start to say, what's going on with all this? What's all this backroom deal crap that's going on? Why are there so many hands in the till? And shit happens all the time, and we're gonna be talking to our mayor, hopefully Anthony B. Harris, and hopefully we'll get to see him very soon. If you want to pull that king's chair over here, let's pull it over because I think we have somebody coming in. And this should be a lot of fun, folks.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby, get in here. We're talking about you and some other shit. All right, here he is, our good friend and mayor, wannabe
Mayor candidate.
Can be mayor candidate,
Look at that fine
Anthony
old chair y'all got
B.
me in.
Harris. There you have
That
it,
chair
folks.
done broke.
Look at that
Get
fine
over
old
here.
chair y'all got me in.
Yeah,
How y'all
come on in here,
Oh,
pal.
you sound like an old Leonidas, man.
Yeah.
What's up?
Like
This
reti-
is the nursing home.
Anthony, we were just talking a story.
Never surrender.
By the way, Vogelbaum says, my anthole itches.
He always does. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that intro. Vogelbite always says that when I'm on the chat board.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Good morning.
let me. Good morning, Anthony B. Harris, our infamous warlord of Macon,
A
Georgia.
lot of people in this city want that B to stand for Be Gone. Anthony B. Gone Harris, you're a big fucking
God.
pustule on our rear end.
Well, it's good to have you, pal.
Yes.
Welcome
Put my hat
back.
on. It goes
So
with the
is,
chair.
you never technically
If you
left.
really want to gain some fame,
What's
next
up,
time
babe?
you're out there with your sign and your little Speedo,
Yeah.
twerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got clothes
He's
on.
a
folks.
My ass
Sorry.
can't look any worse than Miley Cyrus's.
Yeah. Well,
Shit. I can't do any worse than her.
well, what's so
Well,
funny
Miley
is
don't even have an
we
ass.
talked about this
She-
shit. We talked about
She's
it.
an assless wonder.
She is.
A buttless wonder.
We
excuse
talked
me.
about how the very same reaction that Miley Cyrus got, you got on Facebook
Did I?
over
I didn't
your
pay
twerking looking outfit.
I didn't twerk.
ATT
Why didn't
says,
you?
"Aunt, was that really you in the Sparta hat? I mean, my wife wants to see if that was really your chest muscles."
That was me.
Who is that?
That is me. That
Right,
is
AT&T, don't you, didn't I just say I hate questions that are obvious questions?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been saying that all freaking morning. It's Anthony. Why would
It's
you ask
it's not
Anthony? that question?
photoshopped.
Yeah. Not Photoshop.
But I'm getting kind of old and wrinkly looking now, you know. I'm
Yeah.
44, so
No, I mean, you look
I
great.
can't do that much longer.
Yeah.
Nobody
got a
wants to
pot
see me
belly.
out there in about 5 years doing that.
Yeah.
I'll look like Adam West in the Batman outfit.
No, you look like all the mayoral candidates, except for David Kuzma. By the way, you know, there is a new, I think you're going to like this. There is a new website called Educating Macon.
I heard about that.
And they're going to expose all the shit that's going on.
Oh, I love it.
And, you know, I didn't
Expose
know
away.
that Dallamand was paid by all these other guys in 100 Black Men. You got Virgil Watkins. You got all these scumbags all together.
Yes.
You know, making decisions on Splosh, making decisions on Sam
know.
Hart Jr. and
Yes.
Sam Hart, and all these people are all playing games with politics. And these people are going to expose them. And so what I'm going to start doing is taking bits and pieces of what was put here, start to put it on Facebook,
Awesome.
and start to say what's going on in Macon, Georgia, what we have been saying, police corruption, and other corruption that's going on. So there you go.
See, that's one of the many reasons why I did what I did last night or yesterday, dressed up in that outfit, because I figured I need to go ahead and expose myself and get it
Yeah.
out of the way.
Right.
So I just decided let's
Let
just
him
get
know.
out of the way.
Let them read between the
Let
lines.
me just expose myself,
The
and then
lines
they
at
can't,
the
they can't
crack
find
of
any
your
dirt
ass
on me
and
because
the
I
lines
have
on-
nothing to hide.
Yeah, I got nothing
So,
to hide.
Exactly.
You had all these women making comments about what was behind the sign. It seems like they weren't looking at the sign. They wanted to see what
It was
was
my
behind
Spartan
the sign.
spear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Oh my God! Well,
And all the
Your mind
Persians
shot-
wanted it. And all the Persians wanted it.
yeah,
Including that Jaydeep Patel. You hear about that guy, Jaydeep
Oh,
Patel?
yeah.
Yeah, he's now knee deep in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
He's about to be don't drop the soap deep.
He got out though. He
Did
got
he?
out on
Yeah,
bond.
he got bond. He got on bond.
Yeah,
He
he
used
better-
some of
he-
the credit cards that he stole. To
He better
bond
flee. He
himself
better
out.
flee the country and go back to where he came from.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm so glad to see you. What's going on?
Not much, brothers.
Brothers
Brothers from a different mother and father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just hanging out.
No, same father.
Yeah, Ed's our father. Got the kids off to school, and just was sitting around and just didn't turn on the computer
why
this
not?
morning.
And
I said,
it's
let
a
me
little
just go check
chilly
the
out.
guys out.
You'd have hard nipples if you were out there this morning.
No,
You're a little
I'll
chilly
do it again.
And your boner would be about this big with all the cold air.
I gotta take a break. You know, I can't go out there every day.
Yeah.
I knew I had to hit out there yesterday because it was early voting, the beginning of early voting.
Yeah.
And I heard that every other candidate had their people out there. Chris Payne was funny. You know Chris Payne. He was on the show yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Payne saved me. I was going to do my little campaigning, and my front right tire blew on me about 150 yards after leaving the house.
Are you sure it wasn't that guy that kept sogging you that blew that
I don't
tire?
know, but I'm glad
He
it
wanted
happened
to
when
blow
it happened,
you.
so I could turn the car around, park it in the parking lot, get it out of the road, and then I got Chris Payne to come get me. He took me out there because I'd already announced on Facebook and to people over the phone that I was going to be out there in about 2 hours, so I had to stick with that. And so Chris got
I
me
think
out
that
there.
guy did it. I'll tell you why. Because it would have been very convenient for him to say, Mr. Harris, would you like me to take you somewhere?
Who
He
you
kept
talking
coming
about?
back. The guy that kept coming back.
The creep.
Tell the people what the hell we're talking
Okay, I'm
about.
standing outside yesterday at the intersection in my Spartan outfit, and if this story bores the hell out of you guys, go get coffee or whatever. Go to the bathroom. Go refill your Lucky Charms or whatever. But anyway, I'm standing out there, and this guy, he's at the red light. He's heading south. He's on. If you're local, you know this. He's on the Pinono Pierce there intersection.
Yeah.
Heading south, as if he was coming here to the morning roast. He's heading south. Well, I hear, hey, hey, and I turn around, and there's this kind of big black guy, and he looks at me, and he looks confused, and he says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm campaigning. I'm running for mayor. I'm the write-in candidate." I point at my sign. He says, "Oh, okay," and he just still looks at me confused. And I said, "Make sure you
I
write
don't
me
think
in."
that was a confusing looking face.
So he leaves. He gets the green light. He takes off. A few minutes later, couple 3 minutes later, I hear I'm going down the line, holding my sign, waving at people, pointing at my sign. I hear, "Hey, hey!" Turn around. It's the guy again.
So he was driving or
he's
walking?
back. No, he's driving. So he's
Okay.
back in the same turn lane or the straight lane going south at another red light, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? I mean, what exactly are you doing?" And I go up towards him a little closer. He's got his window down, and I say, "I'm running for mayor."
Maybe
this
he
is
has
about today's early voting.
Maybe he has short-term memory loss or something.
I don't know what the hell his problem was.
He keeps going
So then
back.
I had these papers.
What
I
did you do?
had these papers that I made up. This is the papers with my platform that I hand out to people. It has like stuff on it. I don't have a lot of money, so I can't make these nice flyers like
Right,
these
like
other.
Rickett did.
So I basically print out stuff, that I wrote. And I pass this out. So I go up to him and I said, "Here, read this. This will tell you more about me. It tells you, where you can go to find out more about me." And he goes, "Okay, yeah. All right, cool." So he drives on. He gets the green light. I'm back to what I'm doing. Again, a few minutes later, I hear, "Hey, man, Aunt, hey." I turn around. "Yeah, what? You got a card?" "No, man, I don't have
It's
a
the
card."
same guy now.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
3 times.
He goes, I go, "No, I don't have a card." He goes, "Well, how do I get in touch with you?" I said, "The bottom of the page, it has my email address. It has email." And
Now
he
you
goes,
were giving him the page on the second.
I gave it to him on the second come around. And then I finally give him, I pointed out, and he says, "You got a phone number?" I said, "That's on there too somewhere." Because I'm kind of like Joe Allen is. Joe puts his number out there. He wants to be accessible. So Joe Allen says, "My phone number's out. I don't hide from anybody. Call me at any time, and I'll handle your problem." So I took a page from that, and I put my phone number on here. "Yeah, sure. Call the phone number. It's a cell phone." So I say, "Call the number," and he looks and he's flipping through it at the red light. And he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. I got it. All right. And I said, "Yeah, write me in. Look me up. Call whenever concerns you have." And I'm trying to be like the good servant, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I begin to think this guy didn't want my number because of that. This guy wanted my number because I think he wants to stalk me. So sure enough, what happened yesterday? Heather's got the phone because we only have the one cell phone. And she says, "Hey," she says, "What? Somebody keeps calling this number and it comes up blocked." So I got this number all night ringing on this phone, this obscure number,
I didn't hear
and
that
it's
one.
blocked. Well, I mean, because it happened last night. I started getting these calls, and I just kept ignoring them because we were having family time and watching TV and hanging out and getting
While
used
he's
to that.
sitting there whacking
And
off,
so I was
wanting
like,
to
nah,
talk
don't
to him.
answer it. If the guy, if whoever it is, if they're going to have a block number and not leave a message, then they obviously don't really care about the situation with the city and me running for mayor. They want to talk about something else.
Yeah.
So,
I was about to
anyway.
say, does this guy, did he have an S curl?
No, he was kind of a chubby black guy. He did have a really loud watch on.
Okay.
When I went closer to give him this paper, he had a really loud watch. And I'll just say this: straight men don't wear really loud watches.
Well, so what do you mean loud watch?
Loud, huge. I mean, this thing made Swatch look like a little toy vending machine, bubblegum vending machine watch. It was like one of these, big bands with like a really big face on it.
Probably one of them.
Really kind of gaudy, really gaudy looking.
I see.
Not to profile, but it was probably. But
Well, there goes a vote from the gays, Anna Hart says.
no, it doesn't. The gays are loving me. The gay men are loving me.
Yeah, and the women. You know,
I don't know about the gay
even,
women. I don't think the gay women are loving me.
Yeah, well, it's funny because, like I said yesterday, a lot of the women on the comments were making comments about what was
Right.
behind the
Right.
the sign and all that shit.
Right. I'm definitely getting the Dragon Con, sci-fi adventure comic geek vote. I had a few of those people drive by, give me the thumbs up,
Keep
smiling,
Keep on trucking, Leonidas.
Let's see
Keep
what's
on
behind those
trucking.
trunks.
Well, it'd be keep on trunking, right? Because they were
Yeah.
driving elephants there.
Well, if
Keep
you,
on trunking.
well, let me just say this: if you don't think people got dirty minds, if
He said spear chucker. I didn't say it. The black guy said, you hear it? He said spear
I heard
chucker.
it. Well, look,
keep chucking spears.
Because they ain't,
Don't
the
send
smart
an
is
email
it.
to the
That's
two of
about the
us.
smart. See, that's a rule person, right?
I didn't say
by the way, you
spear
should
chucker.
paint a big A on your shirt on your chest. You should paint a big anarchist symbol on your chest. There you go. I like that too much. By the way, check this out. True
Right.
story.
Yes.
Last night I got word that my dog Axel is going to be adopted
Oh,
and
that's
taken to a beautiful farm
Cool.
in Wilkinson, of all places.
With other dogs? They already have other dogs?
Yeah, they
there?
have 2 other dogs. They have a couple of horses, chickens, and all that. But the dog is going to be part of that family.
Right.
Well, in that conversation, Sunny, her name is Sunny. She's a friend of David Kushner. She said to me, Irving, by the way, Mayor Rickett came around last week
To her farm?
this is another woman that she's going to be
Okay.
adopting, but Sunny is the facilitator. She's the
Okay.
one that found this woman.
Okay.
This woman lives in Macon. And she said he came around, and I happen to have my friend who's also my nurse, but she's my friend hanging around, and my friend is beautiful.
Right.
And Mayor Rickett could not get his eyes off her boobs. And she said, I was so uncomfortable, I didn't know what to do, so I kept talking to the mayor, trying to get his attention focusing on me. But while he's talking to me, he's staring at her boobs.
Ooh.
So that is the first.
Is Educating Macon going to talk about that? That site?
No.
Have Ed put some photo together. Have Ed doctor some photo of Mayor Rickert staring at some boobs.
At the boob. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He could be having them do like the wolf does in the old cartoon.
Yeah. Don't be a hater. Everyone loves boobs. Exactly. I'm serious.
Those Tex Avery cartoons.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's grabbed just about every vote that he could possibly grab. He needs to grab the 2 boobs.
Well, a friend of mine last night, he was emailing me. I'll leave him unnamed. He's a heavy hitter in this city, so I'll leave him unnamed. But he was emailing me, and he was sending me stuff, and he said, what needs to be brought up? And he made a good point. And I said, let's do it. I said, let's do it. I will do it tomorrow, meaning today. I haven't done it yet. But he says, what a lot of people don't realize, bar owners, is that once this consolidated government goes through, that same group a couple of years ago, remember the Breathe Easy group?
Oh, yeah. And
That was trying to-
Schlesinger is part of that.
Exactly. He brought up Schlesinger. For all of you out there that don't know, you out of towners on the chat here and watching the show, Breathe Easy is this group that tried to ban smoking in bars and nightclubs here about a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
right?
which
Year
we
and a
went
half
to.
ago.
I went to.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't go, but Irvin was in that
did, yeah.
a lot. And basically, they got shot down.
Yes.
But they were trying to get a complete ban of smoking. And a lot of the bar owners, were very adamant about, no, that's going to kill a lot of our business. People drink, they like to smoke. It goes hand in hand. You can't tell your customers to go outside, to smoke. So this buddy of mine, who remains nameless, he said that people have to realize that some of the heavy players in this election are very much pro Breathe Easy. And he started naming them. And it was Schlesinger, Rickard, Sam Hart, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, that needs to be out there. I said, that's the kind of questions that these debates and forums need to ask. They need to be asking stuff like, once we consolidate, are you going to start pushing through that ban of cigarette smoking? What is your feeling on that? Because I guarantee a lot of people that right now might vote for Hart or Rickard are pro-smoking in nightclubs and bars.
Right.
If they find out that their candidate is really for this ban, they might think twice about voting for him. So I told him, I said, yeah, questions like that need to get out there. So later on today, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that question out there. I'm going to make a list of questions that people really should have answered in this city. Not this really softball crap. You heard these questions they ask at these forums, guys.
Yeah.
These questions are so softball. That's why Irvin and Derek and Ed, that's why I want you guys to put a debate and forum together.
Yes.
I want you guys to put one together with the real questions. Ask these candidates, how will you vote in this department? How will you vote concerning this? Don't ask these like, what do you think we need to do to stop the crime? What do we think you need to do in order to get money into the city? Well, we know that. We know we have to do that. We know we need to answer those questions. But ask the real questions.
You're right.
Ask, how are you going to vote on this? What are you going to back right here? Because I guarantee a lot of these bar owners and these patrons of these nightclubs and bars, they wouldn't vote for some of these people if they found out what sort of stuff they're going to try to push through once this consolidated government goes through. So that's one thing to think of.
Well,
Yes.
all I can say is this. This Educating Macon
Yes.
is great, but they still don't have a Facebook plugin. And so, in order to get this out there, this kind of information, just like this information, by the way, they do mention,
Do they?
the
Breathe Easy.
the Breathe Easy shit on here.
Yeah.
It goes to show you. I mean, everything takes time, but it was already said yesterday that it was Alex, I believe, Alex Webb,
Yeah.
who mentioned.
Who I used to work for. Alex
who
and
used to
Phillip.
work for,
I used to work at
owner of Element, along with his friend, partner, Philip Sinclair.
Yes.
Mentioned that be very careful with Schlesinger because he is a Breathe Easy fan.
Yes.
And I'm a smoker. And
I'm a toke.
yeah,
I'm a
a
midnight Joker. Or something like that.
Mm.
Nah, we screwed that up.
but
Maurice. What? Oh, Maurice. By the way, the creepy black guy that was circling and asking me questions.
Yeah.
Was named Maurice. Because when he finally said, "Okay, I'll call you," I said, "Well, what's your name?" Because when I get a call, I want to make sure I know who the hell you are, so I don't have a strange number. He goes, Maurice. So anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
We went back to the joke.
well, Maurice.
A
A black guy named Maurice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Name Maurice.
Yeah. Who would have known?
Very
Anyway, go ahead.
interesting.
So
Who
sorry to
would've
interrupt.
dunked it?
I like the 19 factor there, though. The Maurice.
Yeah,
You see how it gets together.
It's great.
Sorry to
I'm
interrupt.
telling you, this only
Yes.
happens when we get together.
Yeah. So the
We
guy
have no
cruising
19
me is
factor
Maurice.
going on here other than yeah. Anyway,
Okay. So breathe easy, Schlesinger.
yeah, Breathe Easy and Schlesinger.
You're a smoker.
And
You're
I'm a smoker.
Obviously.
But here's the thing. The weird shit about this is
You didn't think
It-
I was a smoker.
it was our dear friend Joe Allen
Yes.
that helped to pass the law where you can't smoke in
Certain
Central
feet.
City
Oh,
Park.
sorry. Oh, okay.
Okay, now check
Wait, you
this
can
out.
smoke in Central City
You
Park.
can't.
Why the hell are those fair workers smoking when the
Well,
fair's
guess
in
what
town?
happened?
The fair
Okay.
workers are
Yeah, I
smoking
did
like
see some
hell.
fair smoking.
Yeah, well, they're all full of shit.
Yeah,
You know how it is.
right.
I'm sure that they're friends of Rickett and all
Yeah.
these other
Well, also
scumbags.
no smoking until it involves our income, and until
Right.
it involves people
Right.
coming in here making money for the city, then you can smoke. It's okay.
Well, when Derek and I went to C42
Right.
in the park, and of course, instead of putting us on the bleachers, they put us on the grass while it was wet.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are minorities. They were just
Yeah,
keeping
exactly.
it true to the
Like,
time
yeah.
period. You know, they had to make sure they put the black guy and the Puerto Rican guy out there in the hot
there,
sun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you had all of the
The words of
so-called,
Anthony Harris are his alone.
You had all the brown-nosing white people applauding during the time
Right.
when they were speaking on, you can't, you know.
Because you said Sam Hart was making it a political
Oh, yeah.
statement, right?
Yeah.
He's like up there, yeah.
So he was there making whatever statement he made.
Right.
And I took it. I didn't know that it was illegal to smoke there. I forgot all about it. So of course I light up a cigarette.
And they swarmed to you,
And
right?
no, nobody said shit to me.
Okay.
But I sat there and smoked that cigarette. And where was I? Like right in front of the screen. I mean, like there isn't one person that did not see it.
Right, right.
And I'm sitting there enjoying my cigarette, and I'm thinking, well, and then you have these kids like messing up the whole ground, throwing popcorn at each other.
Yeah.
With that morbid-looking person that hangs out with a friend of mine. One of the ugliest women that you'll ever want to see. It looked like her face went through a grinder.
Do tell.
And
Do tell. Who is this?
Boy,
It's the
you
morning roast. We
Boy,
got
you
roast
gonna,
people.
yeah.
you gonna
She
bust
knows
your
that she
wide
is.
open.
Okay.
anyway, let's just put it this way: if she was laying
She
down,
made that tan mom. The tan mom looked like Salma Hayek.
no,
is that
no,
what you're
no,
saying?
no.
No.
I mean,
Okay.
look, if she laid on
had
the
been
ground and it rained, she would form puddles on her face. I mean, she's got a lot of crevices.
If it rained, Sir Walter Raleigh would be covering her whole face with his overcoat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Remember that story?
So,
Oh yes.
I'm just
Throws
saying.
the coat down for the woman across the puddle.
Anyway, what else?
Historically.
Irv was talking about people again. Irv, you ain't no damn Don. Hey, Jack.
That's right.
Okay.
So anyway, back to
Neither
the
are
story.
you, Rocco. Use
Right.
another expression like, you ain't a fat slob like me. How's that? Maybe I'll believe that one. Okay, go ahead.
So
Okay.
so my take on it, since I'm running for mayor, and most of you probably don't give a shit, but my take is that I'm not a smoker, but I am completely pro smoker.
Right.
Okay.
I think smokers should have a place to smoke. I don't think that we should chastise and put our smokers in concentration camps
mean
like
ostracize?
some of these. Well,
Right,
that
gas
too.
them up.
Ostracize is more correct word,
Mm-hmm.
and more so ostracize. I don't believe in that. I believe people should have their space that they're allowed to smoke. I think bars should always be smoking.
Yeah.
It just goes the way. That's just the way it is.
Well,
If you don't like the atmosphere of a bar, which involves drinking and smoking, occasionally sex in the bathroom, drug use, rocking loud music, then don't go to a bar.
Exactly.
I mean, but you don't make the bar become the damn children's museum, okay?
Right.
A bar is not supposed to be the children's museum.
right, it's a social
Okay, it's
club.
a bar.
You know, to some people,
So-
going to a bar
Yeah.
is their church. I mean,
Exactly.
Because, what happens in a bar? Friends get together.
Yeah.
They
Reminisce,
talk about,
tell stories,
yeah, shit,
say what
tell
happened at work
stories.
today.
They drink the
Bitch.
spirit. You know,
That's
they
right.
drink it. They don't have it. They drink it.
That's
Shoot
right.
And then they
Shoot fat.
get to talk.
Try to
and-
pick up men and women.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
And so you never know. You know.
It's probably Donnie Curry. Hey guys, I got experience with this.
No, it looks like Kuz now.
Kuzno!
Ooh,
What's up,
Good
DC?
morning.
Good morning. How you doing? Talk time. I'm going to drop a link in your room. First, a screenshot, and then the videos themselves. This is going to hit the news, like CNN, the other larger news. So I was saying in a couple of days, but you're going to have an exclusive on this one.
Okay.
Who is this, by the way?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Let me drop the link in the room right now.
Who is it?
It's Hawkeye, New Jersey.
Oh, what's up, Hawkeye?
Hawkeye? Yeah.
That was a prank call.
All right, Hawkeye. So you're gonna be dropping this link. Where are you dropping it?
In the room, in the chat.
Okay.
Wow.
Go right there.
We're
All
waiting
right.
for you.
Oh, there it is. I see it, Hawkeye.
So preface this for us. What does this
Mercy
have to do?
blows.
This is little kids bullying each other and videotaping it.
Oh, wow.
Who is it?
He said it's little kids bullying each other and videotaping it. It's like the new, what do you call it? Adrenaline rush, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Wow.
You know, doing that World Star Hip Hop thing with
All right. Well,
CP
we
back
can't.
and
We
forth.
can't show this.
Yeah, if it's kids, we can't show
We
it.
can't show it.
Yeah, gosh darn.
But that's all right.
Well, you can look at it yourselves and describe it then, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can describe it.
Yeah, they can. Guys, take a look at that link. Be more than happy to take a look at it. It looks like a still shot, though.
Yeah, that's a still shot of the young boy's Facebook. And if you read it, you'll know what the videos are about. And here's the videos, the 2 videos.
All right.
I forgot about the kids thing.
That's all right. We always thought that was kind of a dumb rule, but
Oh yeah.
since I'm not a regular on the show anymore, it's up to these guys. They're running the
Yeah,
they're
well,
running the
yeah,
ship
we
here.
can't do it. It's part
We
of
got
the
Captain Ahab and Captain Smith here.
Yeah.
running the
Yeah.
ship.
Anyway, appreciate that, Hawkeye. How's
Yeah,
Jersey?
thanks, Hawkeye.
Thank
Good
you.
to hear from you. Since I
Yeah,
haven't been here a while.
that's going to be the hottest thing on the news in a couple of days on the big networks.
Okay.
Okay, sounds
You
good.
got
I
it
take your word
first,
for it.
Thanks, Hawkeye.
Okay.
Yeah, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. We already know that. I mean, we have these kids shooting this jogger, this Australian jogger, just for the thrill of it.
Baseball player. He was
A
baseball.
baseball player? Okay, well, he was jogging.
Right, he was
though, right?
jogging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, also, and then did you hear recently about some, I heard this morning about some kid called this girl over? This little 9-year-old kid called this girl over. Look this up, Ed. And guess what he did to her?
What?
He hung her. He strung her up. He was at a tree. He called her over to a tree. And then a few minutes later, she was hanging there dead. Look that up, Ed.
Wow.
Look that. I don't know where that happened, but I was thinking, what in the hell? It was like a
me
9-year-old
see, I don't
boy
know.
called a girl over and hung her.
I do not know anymore.
But isn't it just ridiculous? I mean,
Well, it's
just
more.
absurd.
It's absurd. It's sad. It's madness. But remember, when you have these hypocrites screaming about the Miley Cyrus video, and my daughters, my kids are watching.
Oh, you
and
wanted to call me out on that Friday night. Here's your
Thank
chance.
you.
And Irvin's going to call me out. And
I'm
I'm going
gonna-
to explain myself because he did have a point, but he didn't let me explain myself that night because
Okay.
he was drinking heavily. And he wasn't in the mood to
No,
listen
I
to
did.
me.
This was on the morning roast. I
No,
wasn't
no, no. I'm
drinking.
talking about Friday night when we went out at Remember we went to Roasted,
Had a couple
and
of
I
beers.
said,
What
and
am I
I
looking for?
it was. I heard on the radio this morning. Apparently, some kid, I don't know what state it was in, called this little girl over. He was like 9 years old, or she was to a tree. He was hanging out near a tree.
Yeah.
He called her over. He was like, "Come here, come here." And then a few minutes later, he hung her.
He hung her.
He murdered her. He
her.
hung her
Was
from.
he?
I think either he was 9 or she was 9.
Horrible.
Okay.
But anyway,
All
but
right,
no,
all
no.
right.
Remember at Roasted, I was saying how a friend of mine, I won't name the names, how a friend of mine's sister is such a mess now, in a wreck, and the way she runs her life. She's like 30, because I remembered her as a 10-year-old kid. I used to date her sister, and I saw this girl grow up, her sister, and this girl grew up
I
around.
think I found it.
This girl grew up around all this horrible TV, Real World, all this horrible reality TV on these shows, and I was saying, and now they wonder why she acts the way she acts as an adult. And
Was it his half sister?
I don't know. I think he found it.
Anyway, he
But-
found it.
But Urban then went. Urban looked at me across the table at Roasted and went, "Aha, you bastard! I was saying that on the roast about 5 months ago, how this video games affects us, movies affect us.
I'm telling you,
And
and-
now you're turning, you got on my case about it, and I'm calling you," and he was
Oh, it
funny
was
about
great.
it.
Oh, it
And I
was
said,
great.
"But Urban, you're right, but what you're leaving out is that naturally, if you have bad parenting, that stuff is going to influence a kid.
Yeah, but bad
My point
parenting
was,
doesn't equal to, the parent didn't go out and invent a video.
No,
The
but-
parent didn't go out and
No.
create the
Right.
video games.
But Irvin, the parent
it's
didn't go out and...
provision of this
But
kind of garbage.
The parent didn't go out and invent the firearm or the gun either. You don't blame the gun for what use it is used for when the person takes the gun and kills somebody and they shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Is the kid should have enough sense because of the good parenting not to put so much credence in these video games and these horrible reality shows and these MTV award shows. They should have the sense to not want to act like that and emulate that and be an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my point. Is I don't think that stuff should affect children or would if the parenting was right.
Yeah.
Now, when you put your parents, when your parents put your kids in front of these TVs all day long and lets them watch this crap and doesn't supervise it, then yeah, the kid might turn out like a complete idiot and a complete
I'm
waste
telling
of
you,
space.
the era of video game, because there is no parenting anymore. Parents have
There should
babies, and they say, okay, you go over there. The food's in the fridge, and meanwhile the kid's a year old. Go change your own freaking diapers.
Right, making them do everything.
Yeah, they don't do shit anymore.
Right.
Parents don't do nothing.
Well, some don't.
Some don't.
I know some that do
more
well. Do a very good job.
more than normal.
Yes.
Don't. And so when you have access, and what they do is, they substitute their parenting by providing these kids these video games. So now the
Or
kid,
sit in front of a TV.
right?
TV,
In other words, they're saying,
a babysitter.
They're saying, I'm not going to sit down with you and talk about the birds and the bees.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you that you bite your nails and that's how you get pregnant.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a film that sexually shows exactly what happens. I'm going to give you a video game that shows you what you do when you feel threatened. I'm going to give you movies that have no common sense other than a glorification of some made-up action hero. And which includes making Ben Affleck Batman.
Well,
And in other words, they're selling garbage.
Right.
They're selling, and they're substituting the time that people used to spend, the parents used to spend with the kids, sitting down with them, having talks with them over the dinner table, and all that is gone. Now they substitute it with video games.
right, but I think
iPads, iPods,
I
P-Pods,
hear
and all
AT&T.
these pods.
But I think you're giving them even too much credit with that because I don't think they're using those formats, Irvin, to teach their kids. I think they're using them as a babysitter. They're
Well,
not
that's
going.
right.
They're not going watch Jersey Shore so you learn about the bird and the bees.
no.
They're just going. Leave me alone, Bobby. Go sit in front of the TV for 4 hours.
but the
and
whole-
let me sit here and talk to my friend on the phone
The
while
whole
I eat chips.
the-
That's what they're doing.
The whole
Yeah.
meaning of parenting. The whole meaning of parenting is to teach your kids. Well, oh God.
We cannot show that.
Okay.
To
So go
teach
ahead.
your
Maybe it's
kids.
gonna make us sick.
The whole issue of parenting is to teach your kids about life and about the right and wrong, birds
Right.
and bees, and so on. What I'm not saying that they're giving those tools to teach them,
Right.
but to substitute them, which in fact, in the end, they lost sight that part of parenting is teaching them, and so. They're not concerned about whether their kids learn or not. They're concerned about whether their time
That's
can be
right.
spent doing something else.
Right.
While that sperm cell that I gave birth to,
Right.
that I decided not to abort,
Right. Just sits around the house and does what the hell he wants. in it.
Go and do your own thing.
Yeah. Just
Go
leave me
float
alone.
away somewhere.
Leave me alone while I sit there and look through my Soap Opera Digest
Exactly,
magazine
and
popcorn
and put on my makeup and my
Yeah.
hair weaves,
Yeah.
and go around twerking all freaking day. And,
What are the chatters saying?
yeah.
I don't want you guys to ignore them since I'm here.
Well, the chatters are talking to themselves.
Oh, okay. So they're not even addressing this.
They're not even addressing.
What,
because-
Rocco, AT&T? Y'all don't have something to say about this?
Well, no, because
Well,
they're all
Rocco's-
talking. They're all in their own world, and I'm about to throw them out of here in a minute.
Well, Rocco says Danny Craig is the best Bond ever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so. He's good, but Sean
Well,
Connery's
now
still
that you
the
said
best.
that, I'm going to
Sean
mute you.
Connery's still the best.
How's that? I'm going to mute you, Rocco, just because you said that, okay? That offends me. All right. So, anyway,
But we agree. We agree on that. We agree they're using them as a babysitter.
Yeah.
It's a technological babysitter. That's what video
Yeah.
games are, TVs are, VCR, DVDs are. All this crap. It's a babysitter. It's to take the weight off of some parents so they don't have to do any work and teach their kid anything.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
and here, Hawkeye kind of makes a preface to this story that we're talking about. The Alabama boy, 15, who hanged a 9-year-old
Yeah.
sister from a
Oh,
tree,
it was a sister.
will be tried as an adult.
Well, he should be. God,
Why the
jeez.
hell not?
I mean,
Yeah,
and it's kind of weird. It's out of Alabama.
Alabama.
You know, our two choices for lynching are what? Alabama or Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Right, as you used to bring up about Mississippi.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, 1979 is, and oh my God, it's 10:07.
Oh yeah.
And
You guys
we gotta go on
break.
break, believe it or not. We need one.
I'm
after
enjoying
all
it,
this.
fellas and
Oh,
ladies.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, don't touch that mouse. We'll be right back.
Yeah, stick around.
Setting up for the Justice League. So that was a fan-made.
That was a
right?
fan-made, because they're so furious about Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
What do you think about Ben Affleck?
I don't care for Ben Affleck as an actor. Period.
As an actor.
I don't.
Some milquetoast.
I've never cared for him, and to tell you the truth, it doesn't surprise me if he's Batman because they have a habit of
Getting really crappy actors.
starting a good Batman, and then it just goes to hell.
Exactly.
They did it with the Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton was good,
Yeah. A lot of
And
people,
then it kinda started going
scared.
Then it
down.
went right to hell.
A lot of
and
people
then
got
you
scared
had
of
Val
Michael Keaton,
Kilmer
yeah.
and Clooney, who was horrible.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm not saying Bale was great because Bale did kind of annoy me. He was good in parts, but I didn't really like that over the top rough. That was a little too much. If I was the director, I would have told. If I was Nolan, I would have told him to calm that shit down, Bale.
They ought to just get Adam
Calm
West
that
back.
voice down.
Get Adam West back.
So I just, it doesn't surprise me. It's what it is. I don't care either way because, to tell you the truth, other than Heath Ledger, DC movies would have nothing.
Yeah.
They would have nothing. Marvel, to me, the Marvel Comics
Yes.
movies are just blow away the
Oh, yeah.
DC
Yes, they
ones
do.
anyway. The only
Even
ones that,
even the Blade
Yeah.
ones were good.
the only
Yeah.
ones that of DCs that have any value are the Batman. And the new Batmans, it's only because of Ledger, really.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
because of the second Batman movie. Because the first one was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Scarecrow was good. But the third Batman sucked. The Bane one was horrible. to
Bane
me.
was
Yeah.
I absolutely hated that one. And to me, Marvel's just kind of eating their lunch anyway.
Now, Bane is who? I forget.
He was the big
crazy.
like steroid guy that had to inhale that stuff in order to keep his
Oh,
strength.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
He was the terrorist.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we had a story about the new certain face mask in the NFL that was coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
And people were scared. It was like
I think it was a rip-off of
Yeah.
Star Wars. They tried to make him sound and look like a Darth Vader. You know,
Possibly.
where Vader had the, you couldn't see
But
his and he had the same talk.
DC. I mean, I didn't even see the Green Lantern movie because it looked so horrible.
Yeah.
And I can't stand the guy that played Green Lantern.
Ryan Reynolds,
I don't
yeah.
like that actor either.
Yeah.
So it's like DC just.
Yeah, he
isn't
was in
really-
Blade 3, so I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about his.
I mean, what do you think the difference between the two Jokers now? Well, there were three. There was Cesar Romero,
Yeah.
Yes.
who I liked. He was
He was
funny as
good.
hell.
He
He
was
was funny.
good for what he was.
And
Some of the old Batman stuff was
oh,
great.
I watch it
Yeah,
on
Jack
Me
Nicholson.
TV. It's hysterical.
It's
I crack
great.
up.
Well, I mean, some of it was nailed. They nailed some of it a lot better than any of these modern movies.
Yeah.
To this day, Burgess Meredith is the perfect Penguin.
The perfect penguin.
He's
Wow.
the perfect Penguin.
Quack,
He's a hell of a lot
quack,
better than
quack.
Danny DeVito was.
Really? Better
Yes,
than Danny DeVito?
Of course. If you
Yeah.
Despite his size.
if you
and-
read the comic,
Danny
if you-
DeVito was disgusting.
If you read the
What a
comic
filthy
and
pig.
the way Batman and the Penguin was created,
Penguin.
Burgess Meredith was it.
Burgess
The
Meredith
Riddler.
was the best.
Frank Gorshin was great as the Riddler.
Yeah.
He was a hell of a lot
Yeah.
better than Jim
Than Jim
Carrey.
Carrey,
A
yeah.
hell of a
That's
lot better
true.
than Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Now, I think Romero was just as good, if not better, than Nicholson. Now I don't think he was better than Ledger. I think Heath was the better.
Well, yeah. Well,
But
I was gonna
I
say.
think Romero was
complete
just
me.
as good, if not better, than Nicholson.
Wow,
Nicholson
so
did a good
serious.
job, but Nicholson's body type was wrong. Nicholson looked completely wrong
Yeah.
as the Joker. The Joker's not supposed to be this plump, pear-shaped guy like Nicholson was.
Right.
Okay.
He's supposed to be tall and skinny. He's supposed to be slender and tall, is the way the Joker should look.
Right. Right.
Not this like Jack Nicholson little light bulb.
Yeah, pudgy,
Yeah.
penguin-looking.
But I mean, he
Joker.
did okay. Nicholson did okay. He had the voice.
He's
good.
all right. I mean, but I will say this. Take a look. Again, the
Well-
proof is in the pudding,
Yeah.
folks, how
Yeah.
low society's becoming. Think about the first Batman. Campy, funny,
Well,
superhero.
that's not the first.
Then it
The
went
first
to...
were the old serials. There were some serials made back in
Right,
the 30s.
but we'll
40s.
talk about what people,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
really touched the society.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original Campy Batman with Adam West. How does Adam West?
Not the original, but the 60s
Well,
version.
We must go ahead and find and investigate the lair of Catwoman.
Holy discontent, Batman.
Anyway,
That sounded like a cross between Captain Kirk
It
and
did. I think
Well,
that
anyway.
was Shatner as Batman. Had
Yeah.
Shatner been cast as Batman.
All right, so you go from
Right,
that
Bruce
innocent
Wayne.
kind of Batman, you know,
Right.
where it's all a joke. I'll get you, Batman, and Robin saying, "Holy Carlito,
Well, because it was
Bolito."
like the comic, the
Right.
original old comic.
But you go from that,
Right.
then you go into the 80s, and you know, you had the Schumacher
Keaton.
and the Michael Keaton Batman.
Well, it was Tim
It's
Burton.
getting-
Tim Burton.
First, Schumacher had the last movie, which
yeah,
sucked.
that, right, and it's
Yeah.
getting a little edgy, right? But it's still kind of campy.
It's getting
And
the dark.
of course, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. What a piece of crap movie
I
that
will
was.
freeze you.
That was the worst one.
That was the worst one.
I freeze you, Batman.
And then you come up to the Keith Ledger demoniac, absolutely vitriol, violent mayhem going on.
Anarchistic. He was
Anarchistic.
anarchistic.
I mean, this is the way
you
society has
completely
become. It's going to take Raggedy Ann and Andy, and it's going to make a series where Andy gives her a roofie and rapes her. I mean, I don't know what else to expect already.
And then he sets her hair on fire.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Or Raggedy Ann and Andy do porn.
You left out a Joker.
Wow.
There is another Joker.
There, tell me.
A voice Joker. Mark Hamill does the Joker in the cartoon on TV.
Oh,
The Batman cartoon that came out a few years ago
yeah.
on TV. The Joker was voiced by none other than Luke Skywalker.
yes.
So you left
Luke
him out.
Skywalker.
He
Wow.
was a Joker performer too.
Wow.
Voice-wise.
Voice one. Yeah, his face ain't got much
And he wasn't
desire.
bad. He's not bad. His voice
What
is
happened to
pretty
him?
good. His voice is good as the Joker.
Some
He's
people
pretty
just
good.
age badly.
Well, he got in that accident.
He was
The
in the
reason
car
Mark
accident.
Hamill's face looked like that is he got in a car accident in between filming Star Wars, A New Hope, and Empire Strikes Back.
So what, did it smash his face?
Well, that's why if you remember in Empire Strikes Back, you know why the whole reason they put that scene in there where the Wampa, the snow creature, swipes him and almost kills him out there in Hoth, and then it shows him in the medical freeze chamber where he's
Yeah.
floating in the water, getting repaired.
Uh-huh.
His face is all scratched up. The reason they did that was because his face was really scarred up
From a
because
car
he had a
wreck,
car
okay.
wreck in between the filming of those two movies. They
Wow.
had to explain why Luke now looked like that. So they just incorporated this scene where, of course, he's on Hoth and this abominable snowman type creature kills his Tauntaun and almost kills him until
That is
Han
kinda
Solo
ingenious,
rescues
though.
him. Yeah, that's why Mark Hamill looked like that.
So that's
That's
why
right.
they say the Empire Strikes Back is the better of the.
Well, I don't know
original.
if that's why they say that. I don't think it's because of Mark Hamill's car accident.
Uh,
I'm just
Well, I
saying.
mean, I'm just saying because
that
just
that's
saying
why they
being
did that.
being resourceful like that.
Well, no, I think everybody likes that one the best. I like actually the first New Hope the best.
By the
Oh,
way, since Rocco thinks that we're all a bunch of idiots here that
Yes.
don't ask these guys about Kubrick,
Kubrick. Yeah, we like Kubrick.
why don't Anthony, you tell him a little bit about Kubrick
What's
and
he
teach our
wanting to
fat
know?
slob some.
What's he want to know?
Well, no, he's talking
What's your
about the
favorite
Clockwork
Kubrick
Orange.
movie? That's a great movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah,
By a book, from a book by
yeah.
Anthony
He assumes
Burgess.
that we don't know nothing.
No, Anthony Burgess' book, Clockwork Orange, based on the novel by Anthony Burgess.
There you go.
All about the ultraviolence.
There you go.
But you know, I mean, that's one of Kubrick's best. But I tell you what, who's that? Rocco?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rocco.
Rocco? You know, I like a lot. There's a few others by Kubrick I like a lot, that or just as much as Clockwork Orange. Like I like The Shining a lot, even though it strays from the original Stephen King book quite a bit.
Yeah.
I still think it's great the way he did that movie. The Shining's really good. Lolita's great.
Topher says Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket's not bad, but Lolita's great. You know, he did Lolita.
What do you think about 2001, though?
Awesome.
What's Path of Glory?
Paths of Glory. Actually, I was just going to rewatch that soon. I have it on VHS. I found a VHS copy of that about 4 months ago at a yard sale, and I picked it up because I still have VHS.
By the way,
Watch
who
it
did the
again.
2001 Space
That's
Odyssey?
Kubrick.
There you go.
That's Kubrick.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Yes,
course,
it
now
makes-
my one problem with Kubrick is, and I've said this on here before, is Eyes Wide Shut. His last movie had so much potential, but to me was completely ruined by Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. He should not have cast
Yes.
those two in that movie. That movie could
That
have been a
fake
hell of a lot
marriage.
better had he not put those two in there.
Yeah.
Because it's done in great Kubrick style, the composition, the tone of it, the mood of it. But it's like Cruise and Kidman just don't work in that
They
movie.
didn't work in a marriage.
They
I mean, they
don't
look
work.
like, you know, it's kind of like Ben Affleck. They're so milquetoast. They're like,
Yeah.
who died and left these people bosses? How did these people become stars?
Right.
I mean, I liked Risky Business
Yeah.
and maybe you know, A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, but A Few Good Men was
but-
good
but
because of
that's
other
it.
people, to me, not because of
Right,
Tom
but not
Cruise.
because of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
To me, the best Tom Cruise movie, and it's because he's in it very little,
Mm-hmm.
and it's good because of other people in it, and the writing and the direction, is The Outsiders.
Oh, really?
The Outsiders is a great movie.
No.
Tom Cruise is in it.
I
He's
haven't
not
seen
a big
it.
part. You never saw The Outsiders?
No. All I know is Mission Impossible was horrible.
Never saw it.
What a
That's like
piece
the-
of crap movie. They took a great series and they
Right.
maligned it.
Yeah, Greg Morris hated the movie when he.
Oh, it's awful.
Another good Tom Cruise movie, again, but not because of Tom Cruise, is Legend. But Tim Curry is awesome as Darkness, as the demon in that.
Mhm.
Legend's a good movie, but again, it's
Yeah.
not
What's his
because of
name?
Tom.
I thought
That's
it was
a
the
one with
devil,
Will
but-
Smith.
No, it's Darkness.
Darkness.
He's Darkness. Tim
Darkness,
Curry's
everybody, darkness.
Is that Will
Again,
Smith?
making the black man look bad. Had to call him Darkness. had to call the bad guy Darkness, and let's get one of those white guys to play his counterpart, his arch enemy. Let's get the whitest guy, Tom Cruise.
I like what Nicole says. He says, I like eggs.
You know what was the funniest thing?
What?
Remember when Tom Cruise was in the press line at that red carpet event?
Yes.
And that British guy got him with the squirting microphone?
Yes.
That was awesome. Ed, I wish you could play that.
You almost
before we leave.
killed him.
It was great
He
because
was mad.
it showed how Tom Cruise is a little whiny punk that can't take a joke, has no sense of humor, thinks he's more important than he is. You know? It just showed really how Tom Cruise is.
Oh, okay. DJ Me knows what I'm talking about. He says Will Smith is an I Am Legend, not Legend.
I didn't say Will Smith. I said
No, I
Legend.
said.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said.
Okay.
I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
he's correcting me.
Legend's a good movie. It's like
Yeah,
a
I had
fantasy.
some
I Am
Right.
Legend sucks.
I had
What a
some,
horrible
I
movie.
had some stories, at least from Mercer, a local story,
Yeah.
about Andrew Young, former ambassador and former mayor of Atlanta, who will present the keynote speech in Mercer's University's commemoration of the 50th anniversary of its integration. Young, a former Atlanta mayor and ambassador to the UN, will speak September 20th at 3 p.m. at the Willingham Auditorium on the Mercer campus. And they have They plan a year-long commemoration featuring events, forums, and readings and symposia. Also, a primary goal for the commemoration is to look at how Mercer's integration fit into a larger national context. Also, this year not only marks the anniversary of the university's integration, which was 2 years after UGA was integrated, by the way, but also the anniversary of Dr. King's letter from Birmingham jail, April 16th. His I Have a Dream speech, which will be tomorrow, August 28th, as well as the death of civil rights activist Medgar Evers, June 12th, and the 16th Street Baptist Church bombing in Birmingham, September 15th. Which is also my niece's birthday. Should be.
I was a
she's
little close.
Well,
she's-
let me ask you,
she's
Mercer
doing good. She's gonna
University,
be 2.
Awesome.
did it start as an all-white college?
Well, yeah.
What, Mercer? Yeah, pretty much everything in
Pretty
Major
much
Georgia
everything in
started
Major
as an
Georgia
all
is
white.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was all white.
You know, and I
It
you
was
know
all
what I
male,
say?
too.
I
You
hate when
can't- you
people
can't
ask
be a
the
female,
obvious.
They had to make it a female school.
They had to make
wrestling,
women's
you know?
college, yeah.
They had to make
I
wrestling
obviously am you know,
female. A transplant.
yeah,
You are a carpetbagger.
I am.
Irvin is the carpetbagger.
I am. And I hate carpets.
Which is
Oh,
better,
by the
which is
way,
better than being a teabagger.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, or a twerker.
Yeah.
Twerker.
Can we stop with the twerking? I just want that to die.
It's
quickly.
all
It's
twerking.
not
Can
going
we
to
stop
die. It
talking
just
about
it was
Just
just
let it
born
die.
yesterday.
No, it wasn't born yesterday. That thing's been going on for like 2 years now.
Wow.
You remember he was talking all about twerking on
Miley,
when I
Miley
was still
Cyrus
co-hosting.
made it
He kept
into.
showing twerking at Walmart and all this shit
I
when
know.
we were on
Twerking
the
at
show
the
like
Walmart.
5 months ago.
Speaking of twerking, you
we
got to show something on Tiger Woods.
Oh yeah, Tiger.
Oh wait, before we go
No,
into
he said
this,
twerking,
this
not
isn't going to
jerk.
be another boring golf story. I mean, it's got to have something other than he won some award. Who gives a crap?
He didn't win an award. In
Okay.
fact, he withdraws from this. It's a charity event. Tiger Woods has pulled out, withdrawn out of a charity
pulled
event.
out.
Charity
We
event.
never don't pull
I
out.
like that.
Charity
You
event.
should have stayed with the pulled out. Not corrected.
Pulled out of a charity event for good friend Nota Begay because of his ailing back.
Pulled out of a cherry event?
A charity,
okay.
a charity event.
Oh, Judge.
It was through popping cherries. and
Gee.
Pulled out.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. The
That was
Nota,
a Freudian slip.
yes, definitely big slip.
Is this guy just a has-been kind of? He's a great golfer, but I mean, is his time up?
No, it's not. He's only
His-
30.
No, his time's
31.
up. Because you know what? He is so scarred by what he did to his wife.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now when you see his face and you hear his name, you don't think of anything of golf, do you? I think of what happened with his wife. now.
The only thing
That's
I
all
think about
of.
is
Well,
him whacking
that's it.
balls.
Well,
yeah.
that's you know why? Because people
Whacking that
always thought,
ball
well,
with
wasn't
that
that
stick.
N-word doing in the kill?
Well, no, but he's mixed also. Like
Well,
the
he's
Obama.
mixed,
I mean, he's
but
not
no one ain't said
completely-
anything about soy sauce. They said something about collard greens and fried chicken.
True.
See,
They were
that's
talking
what that's
about-
the
they
thing
were
I always
talking about
say.
eating,
When they
like,
always
fortune cookies.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I have about when they talk about buy rates. That's why we have that one drop rule. Because whenever something good happens, he's that combination golfer. But when he was fooling around and said, "Well, that damn black golfer,"
I don't look at him that way.
First of all,
I just
I
look at him
don't.
as-
I don't think that Tiger Woods is really a black guy. He looks more Chinese.
well, of course,
Yeah, I don't look at
Yellow
him like,
card.
oh, he's a black golfer.
Ed, pull up the yellow card. Penalty on the field.
I already got it up.
okay,
Yeah, I don't see that.
You already got it up.
The Daily Head.
Yeah.
yes.
You got the Daily
In
Head
other,
Uh, speaking of head, go ahead, Tiger Woods. You were
Yeah,
talking
speaking
about.
of head.
Yeah.
yes, well, yes. I was also.
You go get him, Tiger.
Wood said he would not play in the Deutsche Bank Championship, the second FedEx Cup playoff event that starts Friday on the TPC Boston. The tournament benefits the Tiger Woods Foundation. He had to miss another event that supports his foundation, AT&T National, 2 months ago because of an elbow injury. It says that while we're disappointed he's unable to play, the important thing is to make sure that he's 100% healthy and not risk further injuring himself. And of course, that's what I have for golf. Of course, you know the U.S. Open starts this week. The tennis
Yes,
championship in
exciting. In
yes,
Queens.
it's-
Pleasant.
in
Who's the
Queens.
favorite? You know who the favorite is? Who?
Probably Federer. Yeah,
Federer,
probably
is he the
Federer.
favorite?
Yeah.
Or is and who's the favorite on the female side?
Female
One of the
side.
Williams, right? Venus or Serena?
Serena, or maybe the woman named Sloane. She's a 19-year-old African American female. They say she's the next Serena. So definitely watch out for her.
You never want to be called the next something.
Yeah.
I would hate that. I want to be the original me, not the next somebody else.
Like if
Would
you-
you hate that?
Yeah. So
Like,
it's
hey,
like-
you're the next Serena. No,
so
I
if someone
wanna be
said
the
if you're the
me.
next Tom Hanks,
like
so you
potential.
wouldn't
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like it.
like it.
It's like they say about
Because Tom
Megan. It
Hanks
has
is
so
that
much
person.
potential, but it's
Yeah.
not there yet.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Ridiculous. All right,
Yeah.
so
in football,
yeah.
Tebow somehow he managed to survive the New England Patriots cut to 77 players on yesterday. The Patriots must make 2 more moves before the Tuesday's league deadline to get down to 75 players. The final 53-man roster will be announced Saturday, and Tebow has no idea what will happen between now and then. He says he's just focused on today, and the team went through its first practice since Thursday night's 40-9 preseason loss to the Detroit Lions. He's trying to get a roster spot as the number 3, the third string quarterback, and they didn't play in the game, unfortunately. But I think they have one more game to play until I think this will be this upcoming week. I think that's the last game that they have before they have 4 preseason games, and that's when next week will start the NFL season.
Go Dolphins!
Yes, go Dolphins.
You're gonna
And
say
Falcons. Go Falcons.
Hey, Rocco, I just read your message.
And
There you go again. How's that?
and pretty much
Did you mute him?
Yeah, I just muted him because he wrote something and said something to me, and I just read it.
Okay.
and,
I was looking around and I just found it. So there you go, Rocco. What do you think of that?
Well,
Payback's a bitch,
See, they
Rocco.
just throwing Tebow around. I've said it on this show
There you
before.
go.
Tebow is not. He does not play the way they want their players to play.
Yeah.
Tebow is an unpredictable kind of, what do you call him, college kind of football player.
college football player.
He
yeah.
doesn't play the pro way, and I really think that's why they're keeping him from playing.
Yeah.
They are trying to stifle his talent and stifle his abilities by just keeping him on the bench, which is a waste. I said it here before. The Jets were idiotic to keep Sanchez in game after game last year. The guy was losing left and right, and they still didn't bench the guy. They still didn't bench Sanchez.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, what kind of coaching is that?
Okay, that's true. I got one more story in sports, and then I'll be.
It's
through.
wrestling, brother.
No, it's not wrestling.
Oh,
even though
Joe,
John
I
Cena
wanted
did
that
get
video.
even though John Cena did get went to elbow surgery after SummerSlam last week ago.
Respect when you keep slamming your elbow on people.
But
Man,
anyway,
shit.
Washington D.C. is trying to bid to become the host city for the 2024 Summer Olympic Games.
Wow.
When is Macon going to be a host city?
I don't know. Maybe when Macon.
That would be horrible.
I guess when Macon renames itself to Atlanta. I guess I don't know.
I mean, I so badly want Macon to succeed because it has potential.
It has potential. It never gets
I
there.
mean, you know, what would we have to do? What kind of overhaul would we have to make for Macon to become a potential Olympic site?
Get rid of everybody in government.
Change the city's name to Atlanta. I guess.
Well, no, but it didn't even work for Atlanta. You don't even want to change it to Atlanta because Atlanta didn't do a good job with it.
No,
You
you're
want
right.
to change it to like
Yeah.
L.A. or something, or Salt Lake City.
Well, that
or
was
something.
the reason why Atlanta, because they had a crappy mascot, which they
Yeah.
didn't even show.
What's it?
What is it?
What
Or
is
was
it?
it? And
Yeah.
then they shortened it to Izzy because having different sporting events. It's a runner. It's a jumper. It's a piece of crap. You know,
Yeah,
that's what
it's a
it is.
spring out of a bed mattress.
It just
Yeah.
looks like a big blue turd. You know, a
Yes,
piece
exactly.
of toothpaste or something.
But Atlanta
you know.
did have a bad time at the Olympics. I mean, remember the guy bombed it?
Yeah.
The Eric Rudolph guy, they said it was
Yeah,
Eric Rudolph.
but you could say the same thing about Munich because they had bombings over there too.
Yeah, but
you know.
but Munich, you can't even compare the two. I've been to Munich. You know, I have been when I was
Yeah.
little. I've been to Munich when we were over in Germany. But the thing about it is, Munich is like, I mean, you know, comparing Munich and anywhere in the U.S. is not even remotely possible because Munich is way older of a city. I mean, anywhere in Europe is just hundreds of years older than the United States is. Period.
Right,
So
right.
you can't really compare.
Macon-
that's like
Macon was
comparing
built in
Paris
when?
to
1823.
well, it was
1820.
incorporated. It was incorporated in 1820.
Yeah, before that it was just a big gigantic plantation.
That was
Yeah.
Macon.
Yeah.
And Atlanta. When was Atlanta incorporated? I don't remember the dates of Atlanta.
Well, actually, Atlanta's actually younger than Macon. That's ironic.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Washington D.C. They tried to bid for the 2012 Olympics, but obviously it was beaten by London. Is making the first. They're trying to make D.C. the first American city to host a summer games since Atlanta back in 1996, and the first to host the Olympics since the Winter Games held in Salt Lake City in 2002. They tried. Los Angeles hosted 1932 and 84 Olympics. They wanted to try it again for a third time, and also two other cities like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Philadelphia. I don't know about Tulsa, but maybe Philadelphia may have a shot since it is, you know, I mean, they do have the Philadelphia Phillies and, you know.
Well, not only that, I like the idea of Philadelphia for this reason alone. We're in a time period where there is a lot of dissension. There's a lot of conflict in the world, right, between different countries and nationalities. And what is Philadelphia?
The
It's
city
the
of
city of
brotherly
brotherly love. So maybe that's a way to kind of get those different people together, you know, those different communities and countries together to kind of get along. by having it.
Yeah, why can't we just
Why
Get
can't we
along.
get along? I'm trying to do the Derek Whiteman voice. Hey, you want to go buy some Ritz crackers with me?
well?
I gotta go get some Ritz crackers, guys, because I like my peanut butter on Ritz.
Oh, the Ritz. You
Yeah,
like the salted or unsalted?
I like them both. I just want my crackers as white as hell, so I'm gonna go for some premium saltines.
Vogelbite says, I thought San Francisco was a city of brotherly love. Yeah.
You got it, Bork.
Well, there's a whole
That's
lot.
why your anthole itches.
That's a totally different form of love right there.
That's why his anthole itches.
Brotherly is all right. Wouldn't that be incest?
And I think we need some Gregorian chants because we're about to do the Daily Bread.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much all I have in sports.
Thank you, Derek.
that was
I'm
wonderful.
so glad I showed up for sports.
Right in time.
Woo!
Yes, thank
Anyway.
you for your nice suppressed.
Thank you for really caring about what other people like too.
Yes.
I'm such an understanding guy running for mayor. So speaking
Well,
of sports, one more thing.
you're running for mayor, and you are definitely surrounded by mercy.
Yes.
And that is the title of today's our daily bread.
Oh, mercy, mercy, mercy me.
Surrounded by mercy.
We're gonna do the ecology song.
Yeah.
August
Mercy,
27,
mercy,
2013. That's religious music.
Remember, Robert Palmer covered it.
Oh yeah.
Later on. But yeah, he
All right, Ed.
compared to Marvin Gaye.
This is written by David C. McClassen. It's almost impossible not to see the giant billboard with the red background and huge white letters that shouted, "This year, thousands of men will die from stubbornness." Later, I learned that the billboard was one of hundreds just like it, targeted at middle-aged men who typically avoid routine medical screenings and often die from preventable conditions. Psalms 32 deals with the spiritual disease of sin, which can be treated by honest acknowledgement and repentance. The first 5 verses express the anguish of hiding our guilt and then celebrate the youthful release of confessing our transgressions to God and being forgiven. This psalm goes on to show that the Lord longs for us to seek his help in difficulty, verse 6 and 8, and receive his guidance. I will instruct you and teach you in the way that you should go. I will guide you with my eye, verse 8. We are hindered, though, when we stubbornly refuse to follow his direction and repent from our sin. God's word urges us, do not be like the horse or like the mule. We must be harnessed with bit and bridle, else they not come near you. Rather than hold on to our sin, the Lord offers an alternative. When we humbly confess, his mercy shall surround us, in verse 10. Heavenly Father, help us now at thy feet to humbly bow. Take away all the thought of sin. Make us clean and pure within. Bartels. The first step to receiving God's forgiveness is to admit that we need it. And in our Bible read for today in Psalm 32, verse 10, he who trusts in the Lord, mercy shall surround him. There you have it. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Ed. Beautiful music.
Go to hell. He knows how I didn't play games. I'm not going to say anything to the atheist. It's like, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Ed.
Let me ignore Anthony.
And thank you, Anthony, and thank
Boy.
you, teacher
Somebody
from
gonna bust
Charlie
you wide
Brown.
open, bro.
Charlie Brown's teacher was hanging around here today.
Speaking of hanging,
Yeah.
what about that 9-year-old girl and that 15-year-old guy? We didn't get to that story.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
This
I
is
got the
horrible.
story.
I'm not making a
yeah,
joke
well,
of it. but-
let's do the story
But
and,
we gotta get
and bring everybody From heaven
Yes.
to hell.
To
Go
live in
ahead,
hell.
Terry.
Yes.
That's what we do.
This is from the Daily Mail Reporter. Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama 15-year-old boy accused of hanging his 9-year-old half-sister will be tried as an adult. St. Clair County District Attorney Richard Minor said his request to have the Raglan, Alabama teen tried as an adult was granted this past week. John Dylan Sailors is accused of calling over to a tree and then hanging her with a rope. The girl's foster mother later found her hanging from the rope, according to AI.com. It was tied deliberately in a simple knot around the girl's neck, but it was not a hangman's noose, according to St. Clair County Sheriff Terry Searle said.
There's a guy.
Sailors went to bed after she was taken to the hospital, but was arrested in the early hours of the morning. Police said that he admitted to killing Caitlin and told the officers a motive, but that motive was not revealed.
Very sad.
Very sad. The boy and girl were living with their aunt and uncle as part of a foster home situation, and according to Caitlin's maternal grandfather, John Henry Arnold, this was because their mother struggled with personal problems, and he said that the problems were she was working on them, but they were not handling it very well. Arnold said that at the time he believes his granddaughter's death was an accident.
What?
The grandfather said that. He says, "I've never seen him angry or aggressive or nothing like that," according to the grandfather.
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is, and Irvin, you might agree with me. I think it was jealousy. I think this little
Jealousy?
girl was getting more attention than he was. Right? She was the baby. She was
Yes.
the half sister. The little girl was getting more attention, and it was good old Cain and Abel kind of jealousy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of. It was.
And it happened with Joseph, too, in the Old Testament, where they took the littlest brother who had this dream, and he told his family that, the stars were bowing down to me, and even the father was like freaking out. The brothers got jealous, and they threw him in a cistern, brought back bloody clothes, saying to the father that he was killed.
Yeah.
And then later
sold
on,
him
of
for
course, he became the
slavery.
king of of Israel, rather.
Uh-huh.
And,
But that's what.
He
That's
worked
jealousy runs
That's
rampant.
what I would guess it was.
Runs deep.
Now, do you think this kid, it didn't say it in the story, or maybe it did later on if Derek finds it, but did it say anything about this kid was playing Grand Theft Auto and all these zombie killing games?
Yeah.
And was he playing,
It
you
doesn't
know,
mention it. It
See,
doesn't go
so
into detail.
I wonder if this, I don't think this kid was influenced by video games. I think it was just blatant
Right.
jealousy.
Just straight up jealousy.
This kid was getting more attention. She was the baby of
Now-
the family.
Yeah.
He was left out. They
Yeah.
weren't giving him the attention.
Yeah, Russ, you were right. He worked with he was like the prime minister of. He worked with the king of Egypt, of Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Joseph, biblical Joseph.
Yeah.
anyway, so
like it,
let me just say this, okay? We got. I had to ban Razor Boy. He's been,
That's Rocco.
yeah,
He
obviously
comes on with
defending,
different
and
names, right?
who the hell knows?
You gonna ban him or you gonna mute him?
Yeah, I got rid of him. Goodbye. And the reason is, he's putting in all these nasty things, and then defending a murderous kid, and get the hell out of here. I don't want you on my show. You obviously don't see
He should be tried as an adult.
Yeah.
Not Rocco, but the
The
Razor
kid.
Boy.
Yeah.
no, the
teen.
15-year-old boy. That
Yeah. He
They,
should.
they're charging him as an adult, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that because I think at that age you do know the difference.
Mhm.
You do know pain. You do know what hurts.
Yeah.
You do know what kills.
And so all I'm saying is, look, this young man obviously had that issue, as you said.
Well, I think he did. I mean,
I
proof.
think. And listen,
Yeah.
it happens in just about every family
Yeah.
Sibling
where
rivalry.
there's sibling rivalry, somebody's jealous of the other,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
In some weird way, I think it even happened to me, where I was the first one in my house to ever get a job before any of my brothers.
Right.
I was bringing home money, spending money on groceries,
And they didn't like it. Huh?
and they didn't like it. They would eat up all my
How about
groceries.
Edward Moffat? Did he like it, or was he one of the calmer ones?
He
more
was-
level-headed ones.
He was a leader of the pack.
Oh well.
But, yeah. So, it happened.
Right.
Where brothers, And here's the thing: I was the only one doing great in school.
Right.
I was the only one bringing home money.
Right.
I was giving attention to my whole neighborhood. People liked me
you
everywhere.
probably had more friends than anybody, right?
Yeah.
You had more friends.
Oh, hell
social
yeah.
Life, yeah.
And you know, that's just the way it is.
Right.
Sibling rival.
Yeah, that's what I think it is in this case. It's just
Yeah.
my assumption.
Mhm.
I mean,
So.
I don't think he was put up to it by someone else. Do you? Do you think someone, like, told him to do it or?
Who,
dared
this
him?
kid?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
yeah, I think
This is his own. This is his own doing.
Yeah.
So, but now, what do you
Own
feel about
volition.
this, guys? We already say try him as an adult. So now let's take the conversation a step further.
Yeah.
We all agree try him as an adult. Do you agree he get the death penalty? What is your thought on that? Now,
That is a good
because
question.
once you're an adult, you're up for the death penalty, right?
Yeah.
You're no longer being tried as a kid. You're an adult.
I don't
Charles,
know.
what do you think?
Audience, let's get a real quickie vote here. Death penalty or life in prison for this kid for hanging a little girl on a tree?
I'd probably have to say
Life.
Life.
Okay, somebody said life. Life. Rush. Anybody else? Come on, guys. Life. Who cares? Why kill him? Death. Donnie Curry.
I kind of agree
Death.
with Donnie Curry.
Death.
I was waiting for
Johnny
Death to come
Fever.
out.
Life. Jesse. Death. Hawkeye.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Hawkeye.
All right. So far we've got
It's harsh, but
Death. All right. That's 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. Death. Rocco. Compassion. Welcome back, Rocco. Bubba.
Give him Bubba.
Yeah. Give him Bubba.
Okay.
Shorty Bryce has I spit on your grave treatment.
Oh wow, that's a pretty good movie. Good old classic B movie,
Mhm.
horror film,
Good classic revenge
Slasher.
movie.
Yeah, the revenge.
Wow. Okay. Harsh.
I
is
kind of
saying
agree with
that's
Donnie and Hawkeye.
Take a
Another
life,
one.
no other reason for self-pleasure.
It sounds harsh, but I kind of think that it goes with me. I'm
Life with the possibility of
a
parole.
proponent of death penalty. I really am. And I
Wow.
think even if you're young and do something, and I think you knew what you were doing was wrong, I think you have to pay the ultimate price. It sounds harsh, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
well.
is true because that's why they're trying as adults anyway because they know AT&T says many gangs use underage kids knowing the courts will be lenient if kids are tortured or rape or death because like I said because kids are basically held without any
To a
accountability
lower standard. Yeah.
without any accountability. That's why people are still talking about Jodi Rice even though she was found guilty. They don't know whether or not to give her death or life.
Oh no, give her death. She's an adult and everything.
Yeah.
She's an adult age-wise, and she's an adult. in
Well,
every
she's
aspect.
gonna probably get
Give
death.
her death.
Oh yeah,
She's
but
gonna
you
get
know, like I
death.
said, I mean, not to sound chauvinistic, but a lot of but people hate to see women as criminals, and when they're caught, they
I know.
they just lenient. They
They try to make them
as
sex
a child.
symbols. And they try to make them sex symbols. And, oh, she's too pretty to be put to death.
Yeah.
All that bullshit.
I just
Where
don't
Eileen
understand
Wuornos, she's
it.
Yeah.
dead as hell.
Well, but she was never pretty.
Yeah.
Eileen Wuornos was pretty hideous looking.
Who,
And that was a great-
Jodi Arias?
No, Eileen Wuornos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You know, the one that Charlize Theron played so well in that movie.
Oh.
Monster.
wow.
Yeah, that was a good movie. That was a well done movie.
Well, look, with
was
all the
good.
makeup women wear on today, you ever notice that?
yeah.
I mean, when guys wake up, all right, we're not the greatest looking creatures on earth,
Yeah.
but when guys
Speak
wake
for
up,
yourself.
they look normal. You wake up, you comb your hair if you have any, and you wash up, brush your teeth, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Women have to go through all this routine of putting on all this makeup, right?
Yeah.
So then when they take off the makeup, they're uglier than guys.
Sometimes.
Am I right?
Sometimes. Not all the time. Now I've seen people that actually look better, women that look better without their makeup.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
they
There are
have, I
some
guess,
women that are
problem Of
gorgeous.
self-esteem,
Yeah.
of thinking they have to wear makeup,
Yeah.
but in actuality they look better without it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
They
wear all that
remember
makeup.
Anshel Joseph. She was this beautiful, dark-skinned
I don't get it.
model on America's Next Top Model, and she was, she wore, blue contacts, and being a dark-skinned
Look
Indian
better
woman.
without the contacts.
Yeah, she looked better
Donnie
without
Curry
contacts.
says, "What are you saying, Aaron? My wife says I look amazing when I wake up." I think she's talking about something else, Donnie. You know what happens to guys? when
She
they-
only has eyes for you. Donnie,
Yes.
she only has eyes for you.
Yeah, Matt.
Yes, sir. The soldiers. Oh Lord. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, it's,
Attention! All right, we got birthdays, and of course we're gonna have who said it first and who
said it
said
last?
it second. Yeah.
Who the hell said it?
Who's
Why
on
did they say it?
third and what's on second?
yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, we have celebrity
Birthday.
birthdays.
Please, I beg you.
Stay
Give
away
me
from
names
the
that I
obscure.
know.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear happy birthday, Schmo Schlingelheimer.
Schmo Schlingelheimer. Who
Yeah,
is
that-
that?
Happy
guy that
birthday
we
to
never
Bobby
heard of.
Thompson. He's the 4th string quarterback for the Colts. Okay, great. We don't know who the hell that is.
Well,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
For
Alright.
today's celebrity birthdays, August 27th, is Miss Actress Alexa Vega.
There you go. You started out
Start off
already.
with
That's what
somebody.
Who the hell is
that's the
Alexa
first one I
Vega?
like. She played the big sister in the Spy Kids movies. Robert
Well,
Rodriguez.
I never saw him. Okay.
She turns 25 years old.
Who cares?
Eve Torres. She's
Who?
29 years old. She's a former WWE Divas champion.
you should have started with her.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, not bad. She's not on there now. Paul Herman Rubens.
Better known as Pee Wee Herman.
He's 61
Hey, let's
years
go
old
to the
today.
X-rated movie
Yeah.
theater.
Yes. Ah! Anyway.
He was a good soldier. He was a
Yes.
good soldier.
Speaking of Batman, this is where we tie back into our early conversation. You remember?
Yes.
He played Penguin's father
That's right.
in
in-
Batman
in the
Returns.
Batman
Yeah,
Returns.
Danny
How about
DeVito.
that?
He
Yeah.
was Penguin's father.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you get when you masturbate in the theater. You come up with
Yeah, your, sperm makes,
penguin.
your sperm makes the penguin.
Yeah.
Okay, Dalip Singh Rana, aka known as the Great Khali. He turns 41 years old today. He's a WWE superstar.
You
Was
should
it?
have started with this guy. He was just in Macon.
Oh, really?
This
Okay.
the guy that's in Need
I'll
for
go ahead and say
Speed.
yes. The Need for Speed actor Aaron Paul, who
And
also plays
Breaking
Walter
Bad.
White, Breaking Bad. Walter White's partner, Jesse Pinkman. He turns 34 years old today. Lyndon B. Johnson was the 36th president of the United States.
What a
was-
horrible president.
was
and
born
man.
was born on this date, 1908. Died 1973. Sarah Chalk, who played Dr. Elliot Reed on the TV show Scrubs. She turns 37 years old. Colt Ford, American country singer and rapper. That's a combination.
That sounds horrible.
He turns 43. Yolanda Adams, gospel singer, respected as Billboard's #1 gospel artist of the last decade. She turns 52 years old. Chandra Wilson, who plays Dr. Miranda Bailey on the hit TV show ABC's Grey's Anatomy. She turns 44. Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer. He turns 44 years. Turns 44 years old.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Axel.
Okay.
Fetch.
Yes.
Go get it. Find it.
Tom Ford,
Yeah.
fashion designer at Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent, who later wrote the novel and aired screenplay as Single Man. He turns 52 years
Can I
old.
just say this is the worst list of birthdays ever?
Unbelievable. I don't know any of these people. I don't care.
Charles Rolls was born on this day, 1877, died 1910.
Inventor of the Rolls Royce.
Yes, inventor of the Rolls Royce.
Well, one of them.
Yes. Barbara Bach.
Barbara Bach from
uh,
Caveman
Yes,
with
from
Ringo Starr.
Yes, who's Ringo Starr's wife. She was a Bond girl from The Spy Who Loved Me, 1977, one of the Roger Moore Bond movies. She turned 66 years old today. And I guess that's Peter Stormare, Swedish actor who played the Solomon Eddie in Minority Report, the Tom Cruise
never
movie.
heard of it. Never heard of him.
Wow.
And Ronrico Lee, who's been in a lot of Tyler Perry movies, and he's an actor from Atlanta. He's turns 36 years old today. He was in Why Did I Get Married?
Why are we even mentioning him? How's that?
Because he's from Atlanta, that's why we mentioned him. He mentioned Aaron Brown.
Derek.
Anyway,
I like Derek when he went to the Urban.
I know.
Okay.
I like it.
That's why we mentioned him.
and Tony Kanal, 43. He
Bass
turns
player.
bass player from
No
the
doubt.
rock band, No Doubt. Exactly. That's about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
You know, you guys, let me suggest something. You guys should do a whole new birthday section every show.
Mhm.
And it should just be random people from Macon. You should like put a post out to go, whose birthdays are coming up? Tell us your birthday. Make a list and then just sit there. You know,
I can look on my
Tommy
Facebook.
White,
Okay.
White, he works with the sanitation department here in Macon. He's going to be 49 this today.
Matter of fact, I do have one. Angeli Kay Siney, it's her birthday today. She turns 25.
You
so
just want to get in her pants. That's why you brought her up.
No, you wouldn't.
in other news, moving right along.
Yeah.
Derek,
Oh, we got one.
Derek's trying to get brownie points by telling someone happy birthday on the roast.
All you need.
Maybe she'll go out to lunch with me. As long as she pays. No.
I'm telling you that.
His words.
That costume you're
The
wearing.
words
on,
of Anthony
on the
Harris
album
are
is
his
gonna
and
get
his
you in
alone. It
trouble.
does not reflect Derek Barrett, Irv Martinez, Ed Einbein on Morning Roast of the World Wide Web.
Look at that. That looks kind of perturbed.
Alrighty.
Yes, we have word origins. Our word for the day. Yesterday, our word for the day was fart.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Wow.
believe that. Yes, couldn't you believe
Can you
that?
believe that?
Yeah, they actually had certain words for
With
fart.
Ed behind the wheels of steel? Yes, I can believe that.
Today's word of the day is dote. D-O-T-E. It says English may have borrowed dote from Middle Dutch doten, be silly, that's what it means, but its ultimate origins are not known. To begin with, it meant be silly in English too, a sense now mainly preserved in its various derivatives, and show excessive fondness did not develop until the 15th century. Related forms include dotage, where the notion of simple-mindedness due to senility, implicit in the verb of familiar times, has passed to simply senility or dotterel, the name of a sort of plover, supposedly so called because it was foolish enough to allow itself to get caught, and dotty, an alteration of the Scottish English dotty, a fool, which is derivative of dote. You learn something new every day.
Yes,
Word of the
thank
day.
you.
Dote. And who said
Don't
this?
dote on it.
Yes. Who said this first? Kettle of fish. In earlier times, kettle meant a deep...
Captain D.
Right?
Captain D said it.
The kettle meant a large, deep vessel, and an oval-shaped kind evolved especially for cooking fish. Cooking fish. The earliest known reference in print comes from Thomas Newt in A Tour of England and Scotland in 1785, published in 1791. Mr. Newt described a Scottish custom whereby a landed gentry held in gathering by a riverbank and amid a garden party type atmosphere, lit a fire and cooked freshly caught salmon in an appropriate vessel. The gathering took on the name of the cooking vessel and became known as a kettle of fish, like A Tribe Called Quest.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
In later centuries, the term developed two separate meanings. It can refer to A, an entirely new subject, a kettle of fish,
Yeah.
or B, a different situation. That's a pretty kettle of fish. So who
That's
said
a
that
pretty
first?
kettle of fish.
Yes,
That
Thomas
sounds-
Newt was the first one who said a kettle of fish.
Wow. There you go.
How about that? There you
All right.
go. Well,
So what's your plan the rest of the week, guys? I mean, we got any guests coming in on the show? Any
We
guests?
got you.
No, besides that, anybody else coming in?
Maybe
Yeah.
Minnie Bucci.
Is Bucci supposed
Yeah,
to? You know,
Bucci.
Chris really missed him yesterday. Chris was kind of perturbed that he didn't show up.
yeah.
I had a good time hanging out with Chris yesterday. We had a lot of fun.
Sure you have.
Anyway, so good show.
Very good show.
And
was still
I hope
nice and
everybody enjoyed it. Rocco,
Thank you
I'm
for
telling
having me,
you,
guys.
if you
Yes.
really want to be part of our show, you're
Got the
gonna
work
have to
there.
learn self-control. I'm telling you, I'm getting this close.
What is Rocco doing? I don't see.
I don't know. He's always he's another kid that would go hang a girl in a tree
Another
because
kid
he's
who's
jealous.
basically popping pills.
He can't have his own show because nobody wants to look at a big fat drunk guy falling off his chair all day. So he gets on this show and tries to sabotage and take over this show with his nonstop typing and all this other crap. Then he brings guys like Razor Boy on.
That is
And-
Razor Boy. It's the same
Whatever.
person.
Anyway,
He's got
I am
multiple-
tired of
ego.
it.
He's got
I'm getting
multiple
to the
computers.
point that I don't want him
So
around.
he's like a cyber Sybil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Accounts is
and
not-
look, he
computer.
left. You know why he left? Because
How
he
do you
knows
do
he
that?
can't
Well,
hear the
now-
truth.
What do you do? Close
He
it-
can't
close it
handle the
out and
truth.
put a new
So
page
Razor
up?
Boy is Rocco.
Maybe
Rocco
another-
is Razor Boy's.
Make another-
Exactly.
So
I-
basically, we got a cyber Sybil.
yeah, we got a cyber Sybil
Sybil.
and a
I like
cyber
that.
bully,
Cyber Sybil.
a fat, ugly drunk
Cyber
who
Sybil is not
only
by
wants to
Derek
get
Barrett.
on here and make everybody's life hell all day. And I'm telling you, I am getting this close to banning
yeah.
this
Make
guy.
some money.
You know?
Thelonious is probably
There's no
Rocco.
defense of Rocco, Theolanus. You've been a cool guy. Don't get involved. I would just stay out of it. Because anybody that would defend that guy is out of his mind.
Well, first of all, Rocco went on, and Thelonious came on,
Yeah.
and I know where Rocco got Thelonious from, so I know that's Rocco.
Is it Thelonious Monk?
Thelonious
Jazz
Monk,
musician?
Yeah, I'm not maligning him. You know what? I'm not maligning him. Get out of here. Goodbye. I'm not maligning you. I got a band.
Your mother's a hoe. I'm gonna order pizza after the show.
Dude, it's like a burrito. It's
Yeah.
a wrap.
It's a rap.
Yeah, I'm done.
Well,
Theolanus is Rocco.
It's 75 degrees outside
Dummy.
of Macon.
Can I
wanna thank
campaign
all
real
of you.
quick, guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, local people, if you're voting, you're out voting, early voting started. Go to the Board of Elections on Pinota, write me in, Anthony B. Harris or Ant, A-N-T, that'll be accepted.
Yeah.
You have to not only write me in on the blank, but fill in a little bubble next to it as if you were taking an SAT test or something.
Okay.
So there you go, write me
Oh,
in.
it's another Rocco's name? Well, guess what? I'm going to ban it. How's that? Now we can't use it. How's that? There you
We
go.
want to thank all of our guests. Ew.
Now we can't use it.
we
Now
wanna
he's
guess-
only stuck with Rocco.
No, yeah. We want to
Let's
thank.
do the roll call.
Thank you, DJ Mean Gene, Earl Big Skillet, Hawkeye, New Jersey, Touche, Ashley 34, ATT, Jess 13, 1955, Johnny Fever, Master Meatball, Rush 2929, Shawty Brave 72,
Venus flytrap.
yeah, Too Much, Topher, Zappa 1, Kettle Corn News World, New Orleans Lover, and Watchdog Gone, Watchdog 1, excuse me.
Yeah, Watchdog
Also
1.
thank DS for the guy who was here earlier, and also
We had
Coffee guy
Coffee
was
Guy
there?
was here,
He
of course.
was?
Oh, yeah.
Coffee
he
guy was
on.
here earlier.
My
And
brother.
we also had Sabuki didn't show.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
A friend of mine died a few days ago, Rick Jackson. Do y'all know Rick? You know who Rick Jackson is?
No.
Anyway, he was only 42. His funeral's tomorrow. So I want to say that. Used to party with Rick Jackson. Good guy, funny guy.
rest in peace, Rick Jackson.
Yeah, he was only
Yeah,
42.
bring a picture of him.
Huh?
What about it?
I'm not sure. I'm hearing that he had emphysema, but I don't know. It sounds kind of weird.
Kind of like what happened with, Johnny Carson, when he retired, like the next day he was dead. What happened with
Well, he
him?
wasn't dead the next day.
Not the next day.
I mean, but,
Few weeks later,
pretty,
few months.
yeah.
No,
Few
he was
months.
on. Hey, do you know Will Harper? Remember Will Harper?
Yeah, name sounds
He used to
familiar.
he used to work a lot of restaurants around here, and then he moved up to Atlanta. He was good friends with Rick. He's gonna be in town today. He's coming to town. We're supposed to hang out, and then oh, you got your lunch today with Terrell. You said you
Right.
had lunch with Terrell.
That's right, I knew.
Because I got my lunch with Will, my buddy Will.
Wait a
Harper.
minute, I got to see if I have the lunch.
Anyway, we'll let the show go. But yeah, anyway, rest in peace, Rick Jackson. We had good times. We went to Mardi Gras together a few years back. We had a lot of
What
fun.
was that?
together.
Will Harper.
Will Harper. He used to be in Macon a
That
lot.
name sounds familiar.
But he was roommates with Rick. Rick's funeral's tomorrow at. I'll have to look it up. The
Yeah.
funeral. It's a graveside funeral. It's off of Gray Highway.
Mm-hmm.
It's at 10 in the morning, 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yes.
Well,
All right.
Just wanna thank-
so are you going to go?
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm going. Yeah.
We want to thank all of us here, and thank you for Anthony Harris for
Thank
coming
you for
and
having
stopping
me.
by. On behalf of Irv, Ed, and myself, this is DB saying, "Can you smell what the roast is brewing?" Don't answer that just yet. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.